going on there? Look at that. Also, look at that. Oh boy, it's just my mods again. Anyway, one of my sloths on the wall. Oops. Guess I forgot to turn down the temperature of the volume things. So, mouse, what is up? Kids are crying. Be right back. All right, MC. Yeah, I think the wall's looking pretty salad. Pretty salad. Pretty swallowed. Pretty squalid. And of course, I have a headache now, so I need to go and run and grab some aspirin real quick. Looks good. Look, there's even some valves. So a few guns came in that I was waiting for. That's the SIG 1911X. So that'll be a good one to take a look at. P10F in 45 ACPA. That's pretty cool. And then I've made a purchase deal with a friend of mine. So that Smith & Wesson and the Arex and the box detachable mag 870 are now the possession of moi. So let me put this up here real quick. There we go. Cause I just wanna know if you got a ceiling titty too. Yeah, that'll work. Dude, I've been watching the shorts. I didn't see your sign broke. I'm going to make you some more stuff. Oh, nice. It's the new SIG you were waiting on. Yeah, so it really didn't break. It was just the plastic separated from the A. I can just glue it. It's no big deal. Be right back. I got to grab some aspirin. Shit, it's dark. Looks like it's nighttime. La cucaracha, looky booky booky doo. La poopa doo, la poopa poo poo. Pooda 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 pooda. That wasn't me farting, by the way. That was actually the sound of the desk. Let's go ahead and turn it a little bit. How's that look? There we go. Got a sloth on the wall. Got a bunch of shiz on the wall. Shiz, not jaw. My father asked me to not cuss so much, so we're going to try to be good tonight. All right. How's that look? That look pretty good? Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. James, my bud, send me an email. I don't give out prices on a live stream for potential purchases. Far out, what's up? Yes, it was the new SIG. And how many of you have yet to notice the Yeet cannon? Justin, what's up? What's this guy doing now? About $1.20 in life, bro. I am so on, bro. I'm so on that people call me on. I don't know. How you guys doing? But yeah, look. Yeet cannon with the suppressor. $1,000 suppressor on a $180 gun. It's the way to do it. Make sure to hit the like button. Go buy dinner. Oh shit. Goose is here. That means Goose did something. Let me check on Goose. Jesus Christ. Goose. Holy shit. Danka. I will definitely get dinner tonight. Holy crap. Everybody say W in the chat for Goose, man. Thank Goose. Goose just came in with a huge $2 bill frickin' donation, dude. That's fucking insane. Dude, Sorry, Dad. My dad told me not to cuss, but I couldn't help it. Sorry. Goose, thank you, man. How's the Yeet different from a regular high point? It's technically stack and a half, so instead of 7 rounds, it's 10 rounds. Has a threaded barrel, stippled grip. It's optics ready. Holy crap, Goose. Jesus. Much love to the Goose. Evo loves the wall. JPEG, E-Cannon going crazy. Yep. Is that a Taurus 92 with the gold button? Yes. Good eye. It's the PT92 compact decocker model. Goose, man. Well, damn. You weren't kidding. Thank you, bro. Honk. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. You know, Joe, when you finally meet Goose, you're likely wearing latex and a collar. Yeah, probably. But I'll be okay with that. The compact gold button. Yes, Curtis. The gold button Taurus behind me right there, that is the Taurus PT92 compact decocker. Go for it, Bob. Honk, honk. Dude, Goose, thank you also for understanding the assignment. So, for those of you that don't know, when you do a large donation, YouTube gets 30% of that. So it sucks when you have to share money with Google when you're doing all the work. So thank you, Goose. Google, you can eat my brown hole. Latex in the collar. Dude, just tell me a number. I need it. Nope, sorry. Go to, leave me an email, jiminyshow@gmail.com. I don't discuss prices on the live. I discuss value. Sometimes I'll say what I pay for something, but I will not say what a gun is selling for. Is the Beretta Enox a Curio? No, it's from 1992, so I don't think it's quite old enough. Do you think the Prodigy is worth the approximately $400 more than the Mac DS Comp? AG, I'm waiting for my DS Comp to show up. As soon as it does show up, I will take the time to do a comparison, but as of right now, I don't have the right words. I call it tax evasion. It rhymes with grug. No, I pay taxes on everything I do. I record every dollar I get. Nah, he'll be wearing waders and a fishing rod in one hand and a beer in the other. So I'm going to be holding your beer? I'm down, though. Do I have a Tommy gun? Nope. I got an 8K and an 18 1022 and an AR-15 and all these guns, man. Enjoy what's behind me, my friend. Is the 229 still available? Yep, it's right there. So. But I love the old school button Tauruses. Yeah, they do have horrible recoil springs, though. That one shoots good, though. That one actually does. Beer's on you, Jim. Damn, I will definitely bring beer, dude. Someday when we meet, not only will there be good times, but good drinks. Mustafa, what's up? I'm like Billy Boy, and it's a wash zero zilch. Well, why do you do it, Billy? Because I like people. What? Look closer. You cannot touch guns on live streams there, Chalkin with Ashley. Hey, how's things? Matt, pretty good, Matt. You got a revolver. Yeah, there's a few of them up there. I'll go over all the guns as soon as we kind of get really going. I like to get people a chance to get in here before I really start going over stuff. Joe, you got to reload 3800 Super, 38 Super. I got to get somebody that has dies and stuff because I don't have dies. I had to replace all the recoil springs on your gold button guns. After that, good to go. I mean, springs is actually the best thing to have to replace. I mean, of all the things you'd have to replace, at least you're not doing a barrel, the dropping block, or anything crazy. I can handle replacing springs. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Would you rather watch... I'm sorry, I don't know how to read your bullshit. Make sure to hit the like button, everybody. Yep, you too. Ryan, what's up, dude? So apparently... Grayson and I both bought black Rams at the exact same time. For those of you that don't know, I also added a black Ram to the collection. So hypothetically, if a pistol has a wood grip like that, is it still a vertical grip? If it has a grip that is at 90 or forward, so if it has at least 5 degrees of angle, it's not considered a vertical grip. Get the carbide dies, then you need to use dry lube. Get the carbide dies, then you don't need to use dry lube. Maybe I'll ask other people to do that for me, dude. Glock 18s are not civilian legal. And they didn't do a Gen 4 Glock 18. They did the Gen 3s. Do you do custom orders? Possibly, Josiah. If you're looking for something particular, you can send me an email. Your yearly explanation to the taxman. What am I clicking on? I make 0. Yeah. Nope. That's why you paid. They said you had to replace the blocks. Yeah, it's a miss thing. It's actually more in the Berettas. Like the Model 51 cracks the block all the time, and some of the earlier 92s had a really big problem with cracking the block, the falling block. But for the most part, they're pretty solid. Is the suppressor weaken the bullet? So in terms of functionality, no, it does not slow down the bullet. It just handles the gases that follow the bullet. Yes, there will actually, excuse me, let me take that back. There will be an effect on the round, but not to the effect that you're going to notice, man. AK-47, yes, death, there is one up there. Can you name 3 guns? Yeah, well, around the play button are all 1911s, except for the Alien. Back here we have some steel frame guns like the M&P steel, and then we have the Tanfolio Witness. Give it a couple of minutes. I'm going to stand up and I will show all the guns in close-up and tell you what they are. So just hang out for a few minutes. No, I don't have an AK-47. That's not obviously an AK-47 right there. I apologize. I don't. No AK-47s. Have you shot the Yeet cannon in that configuration? No, it literally came in today, but it is going to be my shotgun. Now imagine somebody makes an FRT for Glocks, the next billionaire. The people that make FRTs right now are not billionaires, son. I want to get a gun. I'm new to this. What's a good beginner gun? Get a Glock. They're shit. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring. They're boring, but they run. No. How do you feel about an 8.5 300 blackout unsuppressed? Well, it was designed to run suppressed, but 8.5 is plenty to run even unsuppressed. The high point Yeet cannon is a good beginner gun. Probably. Ethical background, usually something on the more of the chaotic lawful. I only ran 2 handguns over 30K. One was a full-size Taurus and the 2nd gen Glock 19. That is a lot of rounds. Most of my guns usually see somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,000 to 7,000 rounds if I keep them long enough. Thoughts on Kimbers in general? They've gotten a lot better. In the last couple of years, they've reached out more. They've branched out. They're going to all the distributors, and they're making their guns cheaper. So they've kind of gone in the right way. Jordan, what's up? Hello. Hey, what's up, Secular Heathen? What's going on? Thinking about getting an AR as my first firearm. I just want to know about the do's and don'ts. Well, do's and don'ts. Get the right ammo. Make sure that you get a 5.56. That will shoot both 5.56 or 223. You can also get a 223 Wild. If you get just a straight up 223, which is available, you can't shoot 5.56 through it. Fish is having a weird day, man. If you don't see it on the wall, he doesn't have it. If you don't see it on the wall, because I just don't want to put one up there. 4 or 7 is a whole lot. You definitely know the gun after 4K rounds. Yeah, I agree, Curtis. Usually by then I'm done shooting the gun, honestly. Blue STI grip on the wall is like all that is out there anymore. What? Air of Sorrow, can you rephrase that? It's a true STI. It's a Grandmaster. Have you ever played God of War before? No, actually I haven't. Just picked up a Walther. Dracos are trash, and so are the people that own them. Pro SD and threw a PMM comp on it. Haven't even fired it yet. Let me know how you like it when you do, man. Hello, Daniel. Don't get a Wyndham weaponry because they used the wrong front sight base. That's an easy enough problem to fix, though, far out, but I get it. Hello, Rhonda. You said simply gun. Are you okay? Can you expand on why you just said the word gun? I mean, that's what you yell when somebody says, hey, what fires rounds? Or you like the God of War games. Nice. I'm not kidding. I want that gold button. I'll message you later. All right, Curtis. What type of rifles you got? I got a few different kinds, man. ARs, AKs, 1022s, shotguns. And you can have rifled slugs, so shotguns. I do not have a Stetchkin. That would be cool. You should probably get one of those mechanized glove things. I have one right now, and I can shoot through a wall because it's a glove that has a gun attached to it. All right, Ed Situational is kind of going off on himself. The grip itself, stippling has eaten the STI Gen 1 grip supply to nothing. Oh, gotcha. I recently found the exact same grip on eBay for 179 bucks. I was going to get it and get it stippled. But also, freaking Gerson is working on some grip modules. Handgun on your AR looks so nice. Thank you, my friend. Those guns aren't going to protect you from me. Depends. What are you trying to do to me, Chuck? I might just let you have your way. Shout out to Dadumbe. Can't do that. I don't do shout outs, son. Did you ever fire one of those aluminum Kel-Tec P15? Saw you made a short on one. I personally have not. But I've seen people shoot them and they seem fine. Glock versus Stetchkin. I'll take the Stetchkin. What do you think of the TRP 1911? Thinking about getting one, but want to know the difference. So I have the operator up there. The operator does not have front strap checkering. You got to be careful because I get on some forums and see if anybody recently has gotten one because I heard some of the TRPs are running MIM parts. I am not Google, Jake. Google it, my man. Oh, that new Staccato's coming to the California handgun roster, the one that takes, yeah, the HD4. Maybe you might know this guy, but there was a guy in Scottsville, Kentucky, used to bring in used Israeli guns. No, actually, I don't, but was that Classic Firearms or Legacy? Legacy's up in Canada. I know who you're talking about. You're right, Brack. All right. Yes, Mouse has the TRP. I have the standard operator. And depending on how the review goes on the 1911X, that is the only gun so far that I've gotten that I have to send back. So I'm a little sad panda that I can't keep it. But I may wind up talking to him about letting me buy it just so I can be honestly a much better review because it'll be mine. AK-12s are nice. Some of them are. Some of them aren't, though. You had the 52s, old Taurus guns, high powers, etc. Nice. Yeah, I remember a few of those places. There's still some companies that do that, but they've been consolidated and a lot of them shut down during COVID. Ever shot a Deagle? Yes. I used to have one. I sold it to some friends of mine. Think the Staccato's going to have a magazine safety disconnect and loaded chamber indicator. Well, you know what? If you got to cuck a gun, do it to Staccatos. How long you been on? I was clicked on your channel at 8:59 and you're just now showing up. No idea. Your refreshing must have gone weird, dude. I've been on for 17 minutes according to my thing. What about a Ruger P89 DC? Is it a good gun? Yes, they actually are. Do you know what happened to him? No, I do not. A lot of them just went out of business. Where's my AC-130? It's currently being used as the spooky gun chip it is. What do you recommend for carry concealed? I carry a 1911, so what I can recommend for you, my good friend, is to go to a local gun store, pick up as many guns as you can. Dude, is it too bright in here? Anyway, and try just try out a bunch of guns. You'll find something that fits you very well. When you buy a suppressor, do you get one with the Nielsen device integrated, or is it an add-on? So it all depends on what you buy, but most of them don't have the attachment to the muzzle device built into them right away. A lot of them are actually direct mount, and then if you want to use one, you have to get a Nielsen device. Mine actually came with nothing, and I have both the fixed and the Nielsen device, but I bought them separate. Chanson, what's up? Rough day. Looking forward to some laugh tonight. We'll do what we can, dude. His cousin broke into his house. They had a full-blown shootout. Him with an AK. Oh, that's crazy. Is that a Mini 14 beneath your AK? Actually, it's not. It's a 1022 in the Samson chassis, which makes it look like the AT Mini 14. I see the Glock 19. Yes, that is the FBI Glock 19. There's actually multiple Glocks up there. So we went ahead and put Glocks right there. There's 4 of them. If that's not enough Glocks for you, then they're all the same. They're all a Glock. That's a Glock, that's a Glock, that's a Glock, that's a Glock. That looks like your mama's hoo-ha, but they're all Glocks. Yes. Beautiful. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Hey, Air Max, what's going on, son? The 1022 looks so nice. It's got a good look to it, not going to lie. Somebody needs to buy it. That would make me feel better. So trash guns go over the right shoulder. Got it. Yep, pretty much, man. You have a Glock 43. Well, that's a 43X. Thoughts on the SIG P365 XL? I'm not a small gun guy, but I will say the 365 XL is a very capable shooting gun. Has the 12-round frame on it, and it's just overall, in my opinion, a better way to go over the standard 365. Did I shoot it yet? No, it's brand new. I'm not shooting that one. Sucker done swipe right on the Glocks. Bro, I put Glocks up, man. That's all that matters. There's Glocks up there. You guys want me to show you all the guns up there? How much is you're going for a rifle? I go to my website, Win City Armory, and look at the guns there. I don't discuss the prices online. Put in some work on the new setup. I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make it a little better. I might paint the lower part of the wall black as well so that it all blends in as best as it can. And I need to work on the lighting. This is very harsh, like panel LED light. So it's just like straight up light, straight down, and it's throwing off my white balance. How tall are you? I am 6'4". Any thoughts on Glock discontinuing a bunch of models? Yeah, what they did that for was because most of those were compliance models, guns for Massachusetts, California, Colorado, states where they have demands for like trigger weights, things like that. So they didn't actually discontinue a real model. So they still make the 19, the 17, the 20, the 22, the 23, the 20, whatever. But they just don't make certain ones that are state compliant. So move to a free state and you'll be good to go. Hello, Lavishwar. YouTube free movies ads aren't too shabby. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind them, it's like old cable TV. Wish I lived in Virginia. Yep, pretty much. G3C, there's a G3X up there, but not a G3C. You love the 22 with the folder. Thank you. You have BB guns. That's fine. The lighting looks better than the last stream. It's because I have the actual light on, not a studio light. Working Staffords and Bowls. Nice collection. Thank you. Have an old 43 with the FDE frame. Nice. You look tall, so I assume you have big hands. I can't shoot the 360. I can shoot the 365 XL fine. I can shoot the Fuse fine. I'm trying to think of what I can hold for a size representation. This is a size 13 shoe. I mean, so it's, I guess. I'd show you my penis, but it's much, much bigger in my mind. Arizona's relaxed gun laws. Yes, they are. Elliot, what's up? You like my guns? Thank you. What full-size gun caliber do you recommend? 1911 45 ACP. Nothing comes close to the Golden Coast, especially good guns. Yeah, pretty much. Said, hi, what's up, Demighty? Don't even watch gun content, but I found you from the 3DS video. Yeah, that happens a lot. That actually is a very popular video still. All I did was the outer shell, too. It wasn't even like I did that much on that one. I wear 13s, too. Yeah, size 13 shoe with the size 7 foot. Yeah, pretty much. Nope, no Glocks. Did you start filming the alien torture test video where you soak it in the toilet for 48 hours yet? No, I'm going to, though. I was going to actually dunk it in Illuma Black to see if any of it fizzles out. You wear 14. Cool. All right, so I'm going to stand up. I'm going to show you the guns on the wall, get you some close-ups. We cannot touch them. Do not ask me to touch them. YouTube, Google will flip the shits out if we touch guns. So we'll start up in the corner. It's not a Mini 14, so just keep that in mind. How about an AK-47? Literally an AK-47. Sorry, Dad, I owe you $2. Use your eyes before you use your keyboard. Starting over here, we have a Taurus lightweight or ultralight 38 special. These are the lights that I have kind of shining the guns. That's a Taylor's & Company 1873 single action Army. I traded one of my personal guns towards it. Heritage Barkeep, the short barrel 22. You can put the 22 Magnum cylinder in it. Not really recommended. 1970 Romanian Dong kit. So it's an AK that was built here. It does have all the movement on the switch, but it is not set up for full auto because that would be illegal. And it does have a loaded magazine in it because that's the only Nanamag I had laying around. But yes, the wood furniture with the metal handguard, beautiful piece. This is the BTM from Samson with a 1022 stock, or 1022 target rifle, so it has no sights, but it is the bull barrel, so that it makes it look more like the A-Team gun. It has just a BX-25 Pro Mag in it, just to get it there. Just a tip. Nope, can't do it. Yeah. So Taurus PT92 Compact Decocker. It's only over here because that was the last gun that I put out because I forgot I had it. Up here we have my AR-15, my custom build. Burris Fast full field optic on there and all that good stuff. Very nice gun. Stone's Lago Alien that may or may not take flight at some point. Very nice gun. My Para Ordnance P1345 Canadian built gun. Very nice. Very good shooter. Very good gun. You're getting that PT92C. Nice. Well, you know what? Hit me up, bro. Below that is a Springfield Operator, chambered in 45 ACPA ACP. Beautiful gun, shoots really well. The only reason I'm going to be getting rid of it is because I want a couple of other 1911s, and I also have my Para Ordnance Black Ops, so I don't need it. Below that is a test and evaluation gun that I recently, just today, got from Sig Sauer. That's the 1911 X Full. You can see that all the lines are completely different. One thing I'm going to point out that kind of weirds me out right from the start is how thin the barrel is, but I'll do a comparison on that at some point. That's me, and that's my play button, because yes, we do have subscribers. That is the name of my store. And that is the name of my channel. Drunk Mouse made both of those for me. All right, moving up the stack. This is my Gerson 2311 Match X. It's a 2011, but it's made by Gerson, and Staccato is a bunch of bitches, so you can't actually call them 2011s, but it's been tuned down to a 2-pound trigger. That's where it's sitting now, and it works great. Very nice. Gerson Influencer X custom finish. It's blued. It was hot blued by Taylor's & Company, same company that builds the 1873. Did that for me. Next up is the STI Grandmaster in 38 Super. Very nice gun. I've shot it, but I was waiting for high power factor ammo. I now have it. Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 2.0. It fit that little spot well. That's the only reason there's a polymer gun mixed in with all my steel frame stuff. That is the Arex Alpha. I just traded my buddy both the Alpha, that 870, and that Smith & Wesson metal for something, so pretty cool. Next is the Yeet cannon. I had to put an Olight on it because the Surefire X300 does not clear the bottom of my Osprey suppressor. So yes, that is an $800 plus $200 tax stamp suppressor, sometimes $1,000, and a $150 light on a $200 gun. It's hilarious. Remington 870 detachable mag. It does have the original stock as well, but yeah, that's a pretty cool 12 gauge. There's a lot of guns tonight, guys, so bear with me. We have the Witness 9mm CZ75 clone, but an improvement if you ask me. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal, and it is the comped version, and it's also the Performance Center version, so it's got all the upgrades. SIG 229 double action Kellerman, chambered in 357 SIG. Holy crap, I got a lot of guns on the wall tonight. I still got 2 full rows. Very nice gun, 357 SIG double action Kellerman. Beretta 92 Enox. This is called the Ghost. Look that way real quick. Okay. This is called the Ghost because it has no black controls. The Ghost has all stainless controls, trigger, mag release, slide lock, everything. The safeties, everything is silver except for the grips. This is Stones. This is pretty cool. This is the CZP-10F in 45 ACP. Next to it is a Glock 22, so you can see the size difference. It's not much bigger than a 22, but it shoots 45 ACP. Above that is a Palmetto State Rock, chambered in 5.7 by 28. Very nice. There is a Canik Meta SFT. Very nice. Above that is my Taurus G3 Tactical with the Votatu optic on it. Very nice, dependable gun. Springfield Echelon with the Mechanic 03 optic and the Sharps Brothers aluminum frame. Awesome gun. Then we got some of the just cheap crap. We've got the Ruger SR9C, Taurus G3X, Ruger RXM, Glock 19M. It's actually the FBI version. That's why it's got extended controls and no forward serrations. Glock 17 Gen 5, and a Glock 22, and a Glock 43X. So that is literally all the guns. Whew! That was a lot of talking. I normally don't put that many guns up, but since I have 2 full pegboards up there, I can put a lot more of the guns. So that was cool. PSA is making some dangerous ammo now. Yeah, AAC has had some issues, so be careful, guys. Beretto's clean as fluke. Yes, it is. Do I have an Uzi? Nope. Para's making some dangerous... PSA, yep. Hey, Robert. Have I ever tried any of the recoil reduction guide systems, and did any of them impress you? I have not tried any of them. I've done the buffers at short stroke, some of the guns, but I've never done like full guide rod exchanges. You've got a 380 ACP? Awesome. AAC 77 grain blew up my rifle. Shit, sorry to hear that, dude. Favorite on the wall tonight. It's still going to be my STI Grandmaster, but I'm not going to shit you. That Yeet cannon is baller because I got the actual Yeet cannon that is etched, or it's engraved with Yeet cannon on it. You can get the YC9 without the Yeet cannon on it. They're a little bit cheaper, but yeah, no. That freaking Yeet cannon, baby. Hey, Bob. Pink Glock, lol. That pink Glock is going on sale because it's fallen off in the case before and it's got some scratching on it. Nice lineup. Thank you, Sam. What's the best gun to get? The one that you can practice with, train with, and know, my guy. What are your opinions on unrestricted immigration? If you do it the right way, come on in. If you're going to be a dick and just try to live off of everybody else's dollar, no. Wall's looking awesome. Thank you. STI Grandmaster is so nice. Thank you. Can't find the 229 on the website. It should be up there. Just send me an email. We can talk about it later. Remember to hit the like button, everyone. It might have come down for a while. I can't remember. How does the P10F feel? It's bigger than the standard P10, a little bit stoned, but it feels really good. It's really ergonomic. Herbalomic. I know your take on Glocks, but what gen do you prefer? Honestly, I prefer the Gen 3s just because of the much higher level of aftermarket parts availability, but Gen 5 with the ambi safeties is pretty solid. CWL says, thanks, no problem. What model is a pink Glock? Is it a 43X? It's a 43X MOS, so it is optics cut. How's that CZ? I believe the 45. I was looking for a polymer frame 40 or 45. It feels really solid. I can get them still. CZ makes some decent stuff, so I would not be afraid to run that. There's only one Glock. It's the Gen 3. Hey, Black Mask, what's up? Have you ever used or owned a PDP? I'm curious what you thought. I've shot them. I'm not really impressed with their aesthetics. They look kind of shit to me. They're too top-heavy, but it's fine. My cousin insists that I join the NRA. Any thoughts on the association? They don't do anything for you anymore. You can join them just because you want to support them, but they are also somewhat anti-2A in that it causes a lot of problems. They're not trying to be what they used to be. They're not as good as they used to be. A lot of people refuse to work with them now and be sponsored by them. What's the capacity of the P10F and 45? 13, I believe. Hold on a second. I can't touch the gun, but I have the box sitting here with one of the spare mags. Yeah, 13. Chunksters. I donate ever so often to the FPC instead of, yep. Yeah, nope. If you're under 13, you got to go. Yo, what is the strongest gun? No idea. Haven't met one yet that I can't destroy. I can destroy anything because I'm a dumbass. Doesn't NRA sit on the sidelines a lot? Yeah, so Fish, what they've done since like 2018 is they've been big fence sitter, but they also supported anti-2A legislation that would take rights away from gun owners. And it sucked. Saw an old video of you with the P80 where the slide came off. Our P80 still that bad? Yeah, so that P80 had a lot of issues. It was cut wrong for the mag release, so I had to T-cup it to get it to run. What's my thoughts on the Smith & Wesson 2.0? Dude, that's the metal comp carry. That gun feels really good, and my buddy made a deal with me. I'm getting him an FK Burno, and so I took those 3 on trade. So he's a good-ass dude, and he gave it pretty good guns. German railgun is pretty strong. Yeah, and Didn't it only get like 2 shots off though before it broke? What's that pistol with the huge thing on the muzzle, the rectangular shaped one? Well, it's a high point Yeet cannon, and it has a suppressor on it. So it's a silent, hushy boy shoot 'em McBoom boom. Young man, hand me that 1911 Gen 3 Glock and my cane. Ha! Yeah, that's what I thought, pretty much. Yo, Paul, what's up? Hey, is that a P1045 optics ready? Yes. The only thing it's missing, and it's the reason why Stone didn't get this earlier, was until I went to NRA, we were hoping they would come out with a threaded barrel variant, and they did not. So it is only optics cut, but I am sure that some company, such as Cajun Gunworks or somebody, will come out with a threaded barrel for it at some point. What's my thoughts on the Weatherby Mark V? They're pretty solid guns. They get to be expensive depending on which one you get, but they also make a lot of left-handed models, Weatherby does, so it's pretty cool. Yes, that particular Yeet cannon is chambered in 9. That's the YC9, which is what a true Yeet cannon is. They did make like a clone of their own gun, like the JXP-10 looks like the Yeet cannon, but Yeet cannon is only the 9. Yeet! Yeah, you'll be all right, Jansen. Be careful. Very cool collection, especially the one with the blue handle. I like it. It sticks out. Thank you, Ryan. That is called an STI Grandmaster. It's chambered in 38 Super. A very old round, believe it or not. 38 Super has been around since the 20s, but it turns out that you could do some good major power factors with it for competition, so people like that round. I'm only joking and pretending to be 70. I'm your age. I'm 45. How old are you? You sure you're my age? I'm an old man, though. Like, when I'm done doing things, I go to bed and sleep. So that 2.0 is used. Yes, my buddy Jacob, he's on here every now and then. It was his. Oh, you're 46? Cool. 38, never mind, old man. Yep, pretty much. Rimfire cartridges. I'm going to give you the actual definition, but basically the striker hits the edge of the cartridge, which then causes the powder, which is able to be set off just from the detonation. But how do Rimmy fire cartridge work? So, rimfire cartridges work by having a priming compound located around the entire rim. So around the entire rim is the primer, apparently. Okay, so you learn stuff new. It ignites when you strike them on the rim only. It crushes the powder enough to detonate it. So it uses compression to detonate, kind of, the same way that a primer does. So that makes sense. No Desert Eagle anymore. How many pistols do you have? Well, today on the wall we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, and 4 rifles. So there's a lot of guns up there tonight. What's the timestamp for the wall preview? So the timestamp for the wall preview, I did not get a timestamp. I apologize. But it looks like if you go back to... Dude, time is not moving very fast. So if you go back 14 minutes, which would put you at about 9:20. If you go back to 9:20, that's when you'll find me. That's when you'll find me. So about 9:24. Wow, my chat is completely blank. Hang on a second. There we go. Which on the wall tonight's your favorite? The STI and the Yeet cannon. You got to pump up your curio pistols. I'm not restricted to curio, man, and there's not a lot of curios I really love, bro. But I'm always keeping my eyes open, just haven't seen any come in. Any good ideas to carry spare rounds for a revolver and deep conceal? Yes, get a speed loader, and then you can put them in a pouch. How often do you add to your website by chance? At least once a week. It's pretty much when I get at least 1 or 2 guns. For the most part, I need to put 2 of the guns I got today up there. Cut that out, Ionica. What is Ionica? Oh, yeah, yeah. Let's see. My girlfriend shot her first gun in Vegas, and I shot my first full autos. Nice, King A-Rod. Do you have a Glock 19? Nope. Unpopular opinion. The high-end EA witnesses are better than CZs. It's a strong opinion. Like, mine are built now, so both of mine have been disassembled, modified, and reassembled to my taste. So I would say mine are as good as CZ's. Like, I got a 2-pound trigger pretty consistently now in the 2311, which would compete with the TSO. Sitting down to eat, I'll be back. Eat over the sink like a man. Dude, sorry, I've been so busy with work lately. That's fine, dude. Fanny packs are a little sus unless they are on a pot-bellied white guy, then think twice. Also, a pot-bellied white guy wearing Zuba pants and an A-frame top. Have I seen the CMMG DL44? I have not. Let's look that up. CMMG DL44. If this is a sex toy, I swear to God, I'm going to be angry. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, I think I did see that video. That's pretty sweet. Would you rather be a cowboy, a samurai, or a pirate? I'm a ninja. I'm Korean. What's new with you? Been 2 to 3 weeks since I've been in the stream? I've been here every week, bro, but not much. You have an AK? Nope. Real life superhero? Nope. What's your favorite rifle? Nope. When did you get your first gun? 2017, October. Hey, says hi. Hi, says hi. Hi, hi, goat man. Hey, Zaxxon, seen so many fanny pack guys around, it's like the worst way to CCW and so obvious. Yeah, pretty much. Do I like the H&K Mark 23? The Mark 23 is cool. It's very bulky and low capacity for its size, but it's a fun gun to shoot. Are you only into modern guns or do you dabble in older pistols? So I'm willing to look at older stuff, but personally, I'm very more of a modern gun guy. Again, I started with guns in 2017, and I like the aesthetics of modern stuff. That's why I like Chip Foo's cars, even though he does older cars, they look street. Stuff like that. Gonna make you hate me. I apologize. DA SA guns are silly, and pistol caliber carbines make no sense and shouldn't exist. Curtis, are you sure you're not actually McManus? DA SA guns, for the most part, I can take them or leave them. I prefer single action only. That's why I like 1911s. MC, no, people just come in and type shit. They don't know what they're doing. That's why I'm ignoring that. But also, don't just remove them though. What's the best handgun for hunting? Something of a larger caliber. HKP 330 is my favorite model. Yeah, P30 is pretty solid. 9mm wide, 10.5, 5.56 is better than any 9mm. A lot of times it's mostly for magazine compatibility. In that respect, I understand and approve. What do I think of Demo Ranch? I don't talk about the dead. Taurus Raging Hunter, and what I mean is he retired his channel, so. Some older guns are built better. That is true. Luger artillery pistols are cool because they have a stock. Yeah, they are pretty solid. Any thoughts on Chiappa 1911? I would put it back in its box, send it back, ask for a refund. Do I watch Muzzle Broke? I've been in a few of his lives and we've chatted a little bit. I don't really watch a lot of his stuff, and it's nothing personal, really. It's just I don't like people that cover their face and still try to make YouTube videos. And, you know, he's a cool dude, and I can get along with him, but I can't handle the mask. You know, I've always been a facing person. When I sold cars, did videos, did vines, did everything, I've always shown my face, so there's no excuse to hide your face. What do I think of the G21? I really never messed with one. I want a Luger artillery. Yep, I don't touch unless offensive, then yeet! There's an yeet up there. Nope, no 1911s, Owen. Sorry. Fair point, magazine compatibility. I'll give you that one. It's mainly the only reason to do it, Curtis. I agree with you. Otherwise, if you're going to have just one gun, I really don't recommend just going PCC. I'd go 300 blackout with the short barrel. Ever watch Hickok 45? Every now and then, not a lot of stuff really gets me like interested in his stuff these days. You like the 9mm 1911? I was thinking about it, but I'm leaning towards the 45. I like both. I have over a dozen 45s, so I'm embracing 9 right now, and 2011s are typically 9s. So if you're going to get a double stack, unless you get like the Gerson Witness or the TSAS double stacks, you're going to be stuck with 9mm. I traded for a Stevens Model 59A bolt action 410 today. Seems like an alright gun. Stevens makes some decent stuff. Cody, what's up, son? What's a great compact EDC? 6-hour fuse, an officer size 1911. I'm a big dude, so I don't carry compact even when I EDC, but stuff like that. No high powers right now. Damn, dude, the artillery auction is pushing close to 3K now. That's not bad. I expected it to be much over 4 by now.
Trying to convince my uncle to sell me his Smith & Wesson XVR. It's a beast. I have one, and it's available, and I'll give you a hell of a deal. It's the 8 3/4. Send me an email. It's just not up on the website because it's not in this building. Is that a Mini 30 or a Mini 14? Neither. It's actually a 1022 with the Samson side folder kit. 45 stays pretty level, top heavy-ish, but it's nice. Sorry, it's a Glock, man. Is there an equivalent or cheaper 249, or are those basically unicorns? It's not that they're unicorns, it's just that they're expensive. You can get 249s anywhere. What's your favorite roller coaster at Six Flags? Never actually been to a Six Flags. We had our own places in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. If I asked this before, I apologize. Can't remember if I did. What's the AR on the top right? That is my custom AR-15. It started as a gun that my buddy gave me as a gift, and it's been modified over the years. It's got a unique AR's upper. It's got a palmetto bottom, but everything internally is different. It's got a Franklin binary trigger. It's got full ambi controls, upgraded bolt carrier group, upgraded upper, and it's got a burst full field on it. Can you speak on 300 Blackout? From what I understand, you can get it in subsonic and it hits hard. Yes, the 220 grain subsonic is super quiet and it's designed to run in a short barrel. At 300 to 500, I'd probably say it's more effective at 3 than 5. It's a heavier round. It's kind of like shooting an AK round, but it's more of a short barrel suppressed kind of gun. I swore that looked like a 22 BX25 mag. That's one of the reasons we asked. Thanks. Yeah, no, it's actually a Pro Mag one because locally I couldn't find one and I forgot to order one when I ordered the stock for that gun. It also comes in its original Talos stock. It's the Target 1022, so it's the really nice bull barrel. Also, the bull barrel throws people off because it's not a pencil barrel. Cody says hi. Pizza asks, do you like pizza? Yes, I like you, pizza. How much do you like guns? I like guns about as much as I like people. Actually, that's a lie. I like guns a lot more. Jiminy, how many times would you say you shot your AR this year? Haha, I haven't shot any of my long guns since October. I haven't shot it this year. No, that's a lie. I shot it in February. No paperwork on the artillery with the stock. It's old enough and it's not considered a gun. Lugers? No, that's not true. If it's capable of firing a centerfire cartridge, you have to do paperwork on it in the United States. My damn weather. What you can do is you can have the stock on it because of its age and place of origin, but if it's firing a centerfire cartridge, and this goes even back to 1873, so if it's newer than 1873, you're still doing paperwork, son. My damn weather radio is blasting something about a tornado warning. Yeah, they're flying all over, dude. Jesus, that sounds amazing. I thought about building my own AR from parts I get at my local store with me and my girlfriend love together. Yeah, dude, that's a fun way to do it, too. The only reason it has expensive parts on it is because I got most of those parts for free. The upper came from Unique Upper. The entire upper did. The Burris came from Burris. The full field scope, the FRT, or not the FRT, the binary trigger, the Franklin Armory was already in it from my buddy. And he built it for me, so. ARC versus PRC, I don't know the difference, I'll be honest with you. For some reason, my phone or something doesn't have the say hi button. Wondering if it's an iPhone thing. No, Zaxxon, you are one of my only managing moderators. You're not allowed to hit it. I can make you a standard moderator if you'd like. Oh, no, you're a standard moderator. You should be able to. Your phone sucks. I don't know much about 1022s, but is the barrel made by Ruger? Yes, it is. The model is the 1022 Target, which is why it has no sights on it either. It's got no leaf sights on it. It's literally just the rail on top because that is designed only to run an optic. Did you see the guy who put an RMR on a P08 Luger? Yes, I did. It's kind of crazy. Can't do it in anyone's chat. Weird. Zaxxon's a good dude. He's all right. I'm going to duck out. Nasty weather about. Have a good night. You too, Secular. Your phone sucks. My phone or his phone? Pew pews. Pew pews. Short Time says, pew pews. Oh, sweet. I have the Mark IV Target with the bull barrel. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty cool. Drunk Mouse is being told by Zaxxon that he ain't slim, but he can be shady. I was a car salesman for 20 years. I was the definition of shady. You know what car salesmen and lawyers have in common? We all get buried at the 12-foot mark when we die because down deep, we're really not that bad. I've got an S21, not the newest thing, but certainly no slouch. S21 what? Oh, the Samsung, yes. Is that no light on the Yeet cannon? Yes, because it's the only thing that would fit with my suppressor. So my suppressor is an Silencer Co. Osprey, so it's offset low. Because it's offset low, a standard Surefire won't fit on that gun. Dip one gun in acid, give the other platinum finish. What's your picks? What? I fucking dip every. Sorry, Dad. I dip every one of those piece of shit Glocks into acid right now. I'll do it for free as long as you pay me for it. I'm a mechanic. I'll tell you 3 stories. You pick one you believe, and we'll run with it. No, I'm good. Favorite pistol is the STI Grandmaster. Damn, we're having some issues here with the quality. You like the early 90s Eagle Arms ARs? Not really. Do I like Cadillac? Not really. Newer stuff is fine. I didn't really like the front-wheel drive like North Star era. Although I always wanted a 92 Alante because they had the North Stars in them. It was the only year that it wasn't in a DeVille Seville or STS. But yeah, although I liked the STSs, I would have loved an STS with the 350 in it. But not a big fan of Cadillacs. Mrs. Mouse just got home. She's exhausted. Good. Tell her to cook you dinner. No all caps, pretty much. Yep. Gonna bounce for the night. I'm gonna try and get some sleep because work kicked my ass. I'll try to get in here more often now that life is somewhat back to normal. King, thank you very much, dude. Yeah, Whammon, you should be in there cooking the kitchen foods. The CTS and ATS-V are pretty nasty. Oh, yeah, the new ones are incredible. And actually, for those of you that don't know, I picked up a Dodge Ram again. Well, technically a Ram, because I went to buy a car, and I bought a Ram, because I'm a dumbass. And I was looking at a CTS manual, not a V, but a manual, one of only 3,500 built, and I almost bought it. Cody's pushing the line for somebody who doesn't have mod anymore. Did you shoot the ARAX yet? Yes, I did. It actually shoots really well. My buddy Jacob put new springs in it, and it shoots really well. In fact, it is mine now, which is pretty cool. But I need to go back out to the range because I took the 38 Super, the STI Grandmaster, and my Gerson 2311, and both of them were having issues because of what I did to them. So I'm going to take them out for redemptions, and I'm going to make the extended videos. Drunk, put me on speaker. No, I know I should have, but I wanted to, it wasn't ready to go. It had the frickin' advanced track light on, so it was in limp mode, so I couldn't drive it. Which gun is your favorite? My STI Grandmaster, the stainless one with the blue grips. Do you have a 5.7 tan with black accents and suppressor? That's my dream pistol. No, I don't, Zachariah. So, Mrs. Mouse, I told Drunk to tell you that. I apologize on his behalf. I didn't think he would actually do it. Please forgive him or send me all his guns after he is no longer amongst the living. So, Mrs. Mouse, please forgive Mr. Mouse. Forgive the mighty mouse. He knows not what he does. He listened to me, and that's never a good thing. One of the fresh, strong V8s I've driven, and I like it a lot. Well, like I said, the one I drove was not a V8, though. It was a V6, 6-speed. Do a comparison video of the Alpha and STI and another one. So you can't just walk in and tell me to do shit, son. What's up, Nuggets? So talk to us about how trigger weights get set, and I know the back spring, but now I'm curious what else goes into it. So if you've ever taken apart a 1911 or a 2011 and you've taken the rear leaf spring out, like I said, it's got 3 pieces. This is like if you're looking at the back of the gun towards the front of the gun, this is the one that controls your trigger. So when you're looking at them, you'll see that this one will always be bent out more. This one's for the grip safety. This one is for the sear and disconnector. This one is for the trigger, okay? So when the 3 of them work together correctly, then you have a solid gun with good trigger weight. But by bending the angle of the different tines on the leaf spring, it will be affecting the gun sooner or later, which then gives you a longer pull, shorter pull, heavier pull, lighter pull, things like that. So that little bit of bending can affect it. So when I bent them almost completely straight, so they were like completely flat in the back of the gun, there was no resistance, no wall, no reset, because the trigger was basically all the way back. By bending them back a little bit to their original design, it created tension. So now I have a 2-pound trigger instead of a 1.4. Thank you. She heard it and helped. I think she just needs a little space. She looks really tired. Yeah, no, get out of her way, dude. Make her something that you know she likes to eat or drink, and then get out of her way. When it comes to shotguns, you prefer the mag-fed ones or the regular tube mag ones? So my 930 Tactical is tube-fed. Magazine, the only reason I have that one up there is because my buddy Jacob traded it towards another gun. This is the worst thing is how 1911 works, but I'm here for it. So I'm a doer, not a talker when it comes to 1911s. So, but it does work. Is it legal to MIM parts for myself, or do they sell molds for small gun parts? You can manufacture your own parts, and metal injected molding requires pressure, so you may not have the equipment for it. Drunk Mouse listened to me, and now she hates him. Town car or Crown Vic? They're the same car, man. I went into our bedroom and letting her decompress and watch some TV. Yep, that's a smart thing to do, dude. So when she kicks you out and divorces you, you can come stay here, but we can only share a couple of guns. I don't want to share them all. I'm a little possessive about my shiz. I dropped the cap to my drink. Is this allowed on stream? Yes, Frozy, it is allowed on stream. The only things you cannot do on a live stream when in terms of firearms is pick them up, handle them, transport them. As long as you don't do any of those, then you're actually fine. Sorry, I haven't used this room to film in a while, so I'm a little bit hot right now, so I have a fan going now. Pick a number. I don't know how to count. I have a pressure equipment, but it might not be strong enough. Is there somewhere I can get more info on that? No clue, Paul. That's a great question, but I don't manufacture my own parts. I would probably see about getting them cut out of billet personally. What are your thoughts on the CZ Shadow? I'm picking one up next week. CZ Shadow is an awesome gun. They have great triggers. They work well. They shoot well. They're not too expensive for what you're getting. Go for it, dude. Me, I got kicked out again. Can I rub the Taurus Compact? Thanks, bro. Lol. You're on the couch. Just asking, keep your amazing stream going. No problem, dude. Ziaro, what's up, Jim? Do you think competing using double stack 1911 chambered and 45 cal is a disadvantage? It depends on where you're shooting. So if you're shooting in one that does power factor, 45 is major power factor, and double stack gives you anywhere from 13 to 14 rounds to 15 rounds. Actually. Does the Yeet cannon have pick rails for the rear sight to mount red dots? No, you have to take the full top piece off, and then you can order one of two different setups. They have one that's a direct RMR plate, and the other one is a piece of pick rail, so you could mount like acros and stuff. What do you think about the P90 from Walter? P90, you mean P99? It's fine. Make sure to hit the like button, kids. Yeah, all you new people, hit the like button for me. Hello, my bug-eyed friend. Hello, my thick-eared buddy. That's nifty, actually. Yep. Joe, you have to compete tomorrow. Can't be the STI. What gun you winning with tomorrow? My Gerson, bro. My Gerson will run like a scalded banana hammock. I don't know why I said that, but you know what I mean. Thick-eared what? Thick-eared buddy. He called me his bug-eyed friend, so I had to come back with something. Drunk Mouse, don't just get rid of everybody right away. That's been a problem. I think that's fucking with the algorithm. Sorry, Dad. So be a little bit more lenient. If I answer them and then they come back and they start saying more stuff, then you can chunk them. So, yeah. So I'm trying to keep the algorithm so when you're just kicking everybody out, you're not getting any watch time. So I'll leave them alone for a little bit. No problem. Hey, Outriders, what's going on? How you doing today, friend? Yeah, so I'm very excited about this 1911 from SIG. I'm going to definitely check that thing out. I can't wait to make the video of it. I'm going to compare it to my operator, even though the operator is a few $100s cheaper on MSRPs because they have very similar equipment. They're both railguns, although the SIG is optics cut, so I'm going to be looking forward to that. Although the only thing that concerns me is when you lock it back, the barrel is so much thinner on the 1911X, that it's not really fun to play with. Yes, there is a 19 here. 19 on the wall, but we don't talk about 19s. Okay, it won't happen yet. It's fine, dude. No problem. How does the widespread availability of firearms impact public safety, personal freedom, and societal trust? Just a question. It's an honest and it's a relevant question, Frozy. Widespread availability of firearms helps actually. A well-armed society is a polite society. The biggest problem we have in terms of having equality with armed citizens is gun-loving, law-abiding citizens are hampered and actually hindered in the acquisition of firearms because of ineffectual gun laws. Criminals don't care about gun laws. Criminals don't normally go to a store and fill out paperwork to get their guns. They're going to get their guns where they get their guns. There's over probably 500 million guns. There's more guns in the United States than there are people. So there's probably 500 million guns already. So getting a gun is not hard. I can go to DC, which is about an hour away, and probably get a gun in 20 minutes on the street. I can't go to a gun store and do that. So we get impacted by gun laws because politicians who don't understand the real world, because much like a pope, a priest, a pastor, they've trained to be what they are, so they're so disconnected from reality that they don't understand what they're doing. So they make these laws thinking that they're helping the American public, but they're actually hurting us. Hey, Keisho, what's up? I do not have a Switch, but do not keep, do me a favor, appreciate the donation, but don't spam stuff, and, try to be interactive, and don't ask stuff like, do I have a Draco, do I have this, do I have that, because I really don't play those games, but I appreciate the hell out of the dono, dude, thank you. I was a sheriff's deputy for 9 months, I never found one legal gun. Exactly, bro. Yeah, thank you, Kiso. Like you said, you can ask full questions, you can ask real questions, but do I have a Switch? Do I have a Draco? Do I have a 40 in my Rari? I get those all the time, man. I like to encourage us to have a real conversation. True, thank you, dude. How you answered that well. Good job. Thank you, Frozy. I just think it's common freaking sense, man. Limiting my ability to own guns. I've got 35 here, and I've got a couple hundred somewhere else. It doesn't make sense to try to limit my ability to own guns, because all that does is it eliminates my ability to protect myself and those around me. What's your favorite gun? 1911 platform is my favorite. Do you like turtles? Turtles are fine. I've hit a lot of them. Beautiful weapons, thank you. What piece made you realize you love them? Not one individual piece. My buddy and his dad were starting a gun store, so he took me to a range and let me shoot, and we started with the 22, and we kind of worked our way up. And just the act of shooting and having to concentrate to be accurate kind of just made me really want to get into guns. But thank you for the question. Thoughts on the X10? Haven't heard people say they were made to reliably shoot. Yes, so a lot of 10 millimeters can shoot 40 cal. Some of them, the magazine geometry kind of makes them so it's hit and miss with how they feed. But the X10 and also the Glock 20, the smaller frame one, I've heard both shoot them fine. Nice story. Thank you, J Flo. What gun on the wall holds the most in the mag? Honestly, for a factory mag, the one that holds the most is the PSA Rock 5.7, which you can't really see. So the second gun up from the bottom is the Palmetto State Rock 5.7. It holds 23 in the mag. So for pistols, that's the highest standard capacity gun I have on the wall right now. In terms of guns with highest capacity, the AK and the AR are both 30-round mags. How has the development of firearm technology influenced the outcome of major historical conflicts? Sorry for the questions. So just like with any technological advancements, being more accurate and being able to hit farther targets has allowed a slightly longer disconnect between hand-to-hand fighting, things like that. You don't see trench warfare nearly as much as we used to see. So I guess that would be one of the major things. Even 5.56, 223, AK-47s, anything in a better rifle nowadays allows you to shoot each other from farther away. So it's created a more of a distance, less personal. Favorite gun that shoots a 45, 1911s. Favorite guns are 1911s. I just spent $600 on a turtle this morning. That's a lot of money for soup. Frozzy is not from the U.S. That's fine. Sorry, I missed it. What is the new SIG chambered in? Which model is it? The one with the skinny barrel. It is the 1911X. It's their newest version of the 1911X. It's in all stainless. It's in 45 ACP. And like I said, it's probably completely fine with that barrel, but it's got a very thin barrel in my opinion. Wow, you have very nice guns. Thank you, Kiso. I appreciate that, dude. Viper swap the Dodge. That would be hilarious, but it would actually probably be easier to just add a supercharger to that one because it's a Gen 3 Eagle Hemi, so it's already got 390 horse. So if I just add a supercharger, I can match a Viper all day long. 23 rounds of 5.7 shredded. Yep, exactly. +1 in the chamber. 24 +1. In fact, I said it in the short video I made today. In the state of Virginia, you cannot conceal carry. You cannot carry a gun with more than 20, a pistol with more than 20 rounds in the magazine. So to fully carry a 5.7 like the Rock, you have to have a concealed carry permit. Welcome to the stream. You should consider subscribing. Absolutely. Hey, Ricky. Yeah, a lot of money for the best dinner ever. Lols. Interesting. I'm going to Google it. You should. Do you think the ADM guide rod will help reduce the recoil of a 1911? The ADM guide rod? Who makes that one? I'm guessing ADM, but I've never actually. If I can kill you and not have to see you, amazing. Yeah, basically that's the biggest thing. See the video of the Russian guy shooting drones down with an AK with irons? No, I didn't, but dude, if you practice well enough, you can do anything with anything, man. So I totally believe it. It's probably pretty easy. What type of guns use 308s? Rifles. Well. Hi, Jimmy. Well. Hey, kablamo. I go to VA to get mags. Hello, neighbor. Hello. Brib. All right, CWL. Is it called SIG 1911X? Yes, it's called the SIG 1911X. Just got an M&P 9C for concealed carry, and it shoots very flat, basically a Smith & Wesson G26. That's actually a pretty solid analogy, but in my opinion, the M&P 9 is a better gun. Those are some cool guns. Thank you, sir. Do you have any double-barreled 12-gauge shotguns? No, I don't. Look for a side-by-side older Browning that has dual triggers. I think they were made around in 1968. No, I do not. Full-length government tungsten guide rod weighs almost as much as a TX22. Holy shit! That would actually be kind of cool. Like, I wish they made one for a bull barrel because I'd love to put one in my 2311 because my 2311 has an aluminum frame. It's not the steel frame match. So I've got the match X, which is aluminum. So I would love to put a heavy guide rod in there because normally I just run my X300 on it. It's an odd lot, a limited carry piece, 20 rounds. Granted, that should be plenty. Yeah, it's really stupid. We had to look it up because somebody asked me. A buddy of mine claimed that he had a gun taken away because he had one with 21 rounds in it. Does the new 1911 have an RMR or RMC? It's the RMR. It's the RMSC, so it is a subcompact. The reason why many 1911s do that cut is because of how thin the gun is, and they wanted you to run the Romeo 0 on their gun because it's 6 hours SIG Romeo 0. EGW makes it. I'm going to have to check that out. Can I see a 30-06? There is no 30-06s currently in this building. I'm looking at it on their website. It looks funky with the external extractor and optics cut, like they're trying to reinvent the wheel. Well, Smith & Wesson 1911s also have an external extractor. Don't make jokes about Glock 26s. I carry one every day. Well, I mean, that's cool. Glad to hear it. Can you show me the Beretta? So, like I said, kids, let stuff go for a little while. They try to spam shit. I don't care about the insults right now. I'll take them just because it's fostering interaction. But if they get assholey, then remove them. The .322 reverse plug barrel, bam, fits bull barrel. Hold on a second. EGW bull barrel guide rod. Boom. Oh, they even have one for the STI. I'm going to have to check this shit out. That's cool. Can you show me the Beretta? Can't pick up guns, Dawson. But if you go back to the 14-minute mark, I do a full walkthrough of all the guns. I'm not a fan of the external extractor from the point of view. Agree. I'm not a big fan of it either, but SIG likes them, so. I'm in New Jersey. You can only have 8 bullets in a handgun. Bullshit law. 8 bullets? You're restricted to 8 rounds? That's not right. New Jersey mag cap. 10 rounds, not 8. Yeah, I was going to say 8 would be the lowest capacity in the entire country. I have a Glock 19. May you make fun of it some more. Glock 19s are absolutely fine for those of you that have given up. It's also for parents and people that just don't want to aspire to anything better in their life. No problem, Dawson. You didn't know. Now you know. New Jersey is like New York City. No, as somebody who grew up in upstate New York, we do not associate New Jersey with New York City. New Jersey is where the trash from New York City goes. My Wilson Combat EDC X9 has an external extractor. Yep, you buy old guns, new guns, cheap guns, expensive guns. Lol. Yeah, pretty much, dude. I'll buy everything. I was told it was 10. Yeah, it's 10. Well, Murphy was trying to toke. What? I don't even know what that means. What is your favorite handgun? My favorite handguns are 1911 platform handguns. I don't like one brand particularly more than others. I will say that I do like all 1911s almost equally, unless it's made by Chiappa. Never eat pork from a New Jersey butcher. It's probably other New Jerseyans. Godfather, what is going on? Roy, how you doing today, bud? Mama Murphy once said to me, I got the sight. What's your preferred EDC? 1911 full-size government 5-inch model. Do you like LVP-Os or red dot with magnifier? Typically, like on my rifle before I had that optic on there, I was running a fixed 4-power with canted sights. But I prefer red dot magnifier. It gives you more up-close options than an LVPO. Yes, you can get a swing arm and do it quickly, but I'd rather have a magnifier with quick button. New Jersey, where only the strong survive. Actually, it's amazing because the entire population of New Jersey is 100% made up of people who couldn't figure out how to get out of New Jersey. Where are we going? I don't know. Buy that house. That's exactly how everybody in New Jersey buys a house. Hey, Karen, what's going on? Chiappa makes real 1911s. No, they bought a company that makes 1911s and put their name in it. They make Charles Daly 1911s now. Chiappa owns a company that manufactures Charles Daly 1911s now. You inspired me to build a gun. Well, awesome, dude. Build it. Build it now, and we will come. That was gross. Warwick Tactical makes a stainless grip if you want a real heavyweight. I'm good with that. I don't mind the polymer grips or even the aluminum grips. That's fine. Grip modules. So that means if your gun holds more than 10, you can't carry it, or you can hold it with 10. You can only put 10 rounds in it. A lot of times you can't even buy them in your state. Some states, if the gun doesn't come with the 10-round mag, it's not even legal to ship to your state. Flattish shooting, Micro 9, no upgrades. Any one of the comped guns. Newark, Baltimore, or Somalia? Actually, Baltimore, because I can go to the port and get on a ship a lot easier than Newark. And Somalia, I would be the pirate. I am the captain now. Anyone know where I can pick up a spandex holster? Oh, appendix holster, sorry. Government Lake 1911. That's probably a little hard to get, dude. You're probably going to have to get one that just open on the end so you can just tuck the gun all the way in. They own Charles Daly. Yeah, they bought them. But they don't actually manufacture the gun, Charles Daly. So Charles Daly used to get their guns made for them by Arms Corps, Rock Island. And then for some reason, they got a better deal by allowing Chiappa to provide their 1911s. Should have stayed in West Virginia. Worst mistake was coming back here. Yeah, well, you know, there's only so much meth a man can take. Make sure to hit the like button. Everybody, if you hit the like button, your penises grow even larger, especially the ladies. Baltimore isn't bad outside of 5 streets. Isn't there only like 5 streets in Baltimore? I've only been on 4 of them, and I went straight through. What's your favorite assault rifle? The bug assault rifle, because assault rifle is a misnomer. How old are you, Dawson? What's your favorite firearm? 1911s. I don't know you as a made man saw that play button on your wall. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. 181,000 freaking subscribers. All because I made a stupid-ass video making fun of Glock, believe it or not. My number one, subscriber growth video was one where I took apart a 320 with one hand, reassembled it with one hand, and I labeled it, "Your Glock can't do this." Although, coming up really fast right now is my video where I give you the real reason why I don't like Glock. That video has taken off, and I don't know why. When I go to New York, I only bring my Glock 30 because it holds 10 rounds, and I'm nervous to bring anything that holds more. I can't even bring anything for Virginia up there because they don't honor my gosh darn CCW. Fastest like in the West. Thank you. Shield Performance Center, ported barrel or shield carry comp. I'm really not a shield guy, but I would take probably the Performance Center over the carry comp because I like the Performance Center trigger. But I would say get a carry comp from Performance Center. That M&P 2.0 metal comp is from the Performance Center. I've only visited Baltimore once. I died. Me too. I'm a ghost. What's that gun as the stream's picture? That is a high point Yeet cannon. Look up high point C9 and I put a suppressor on it. Not a fan of the X on the new SIG X2. Sorry, man. Let me know how it shoots. Yeah, I can understand that, but what they mean by that, it's just like with my X320, X5, and all the X series, they always slap that X on the macros, the X fulls. They all have the X on them. Should I get a Vector, MP5 clone, or a Kuna? The Kuna looks interesting. The Mac 5 and the Kuna are about the same price, so I would say, do you want roller delay blowback that isn't an MP5, or do you want roller delay blowback that is an MP5? Those are your choices. Curtis is hilarious, but honestly, it's not bad at all. Now, you can do some fun stuff in Baltimore, like get on a boat, a banana boat. 12, my favorite gun is the high power 1911. Yo, well, that's not a real gun, and I am sorry, Dawson, you cannot be here. Map 2, I'm seeing a crazy number. So yes, it is a map price gun, and they are not cheap. Pick up a Rock Island GI issued 45 ACP. The thing is beautiful. I didn't want to spend a lot on a classic, plus it's made in the Philippines. My wife is Filipino, and she approves. Is it freezing for you guys, or is it just my using... Oh, I'm using a Wi-Fi adapter on my main computer, because I still can't find my goddamn... Where's my goddamn electric car, Bruce? I still can't find my 100-foot spool of Cat 5. Cat 6, actually. Is the EDC X9 worth it? If you're going to buy one gun to rule them all, yes. If you're just looking for a carry, no. Get a Bull Armory UL comp. They're half the price and almost as good. The thing is, didn't want to spend a lot on a classic, plus it's made in the Philippines. My wife is Filipino. Yeah, Luis, that's a good reason, dude. Hey, Joe, wow, what a day. I'm in St. Louis, no power, and my phone is about to die. Get in your car. Use your car, bro. Charge it with your car. Stick it under your car tire. Run it over with your car. Don't do that, a-hole. Sleep with me. Pickles, high point doesn't jam. Ha! It's freezing for you. So, yeah, we had some bad storms earlier, and it's fucking with everything. Sorry, Dad, that's $5. Do you think the lever action ahead of its time for what they had? And is it for me for a bit? No, the lever action was of its day. Best AR-10. I really don't know, man. You go with what you like. I do like the Ruger SFAR, though. You can get them in 308, and they're the same weight as an AR-15. What brand 1911s are the best? Nighthawk Customs. How old are you, Gulf? Build it, buy a lot, cry a lot. Yep. That's true. Any updates on suppressor tax stamp? In terms of what? What do you mean updates? E-file open back up. You can get them in as little as 1 day. If you're talking about them being removed from the NFA, I heard that they're moving towards it. P365 drop safe? Sure. Also, just don't drop your gun. Guns have existed for hundreds of years. It's only in the last 2 years because of SIG that everybody keeps on being afraid of dropping their guns. Don't drop your thunderdum. You need 3 more pistols, sir. Okay, I'm on it. What do you think was ahead of its time for the time period back then, in your opinion? 1911s, man. The fact that they're still so relevant 115 years after they were designed, 1911s were very far ahead of their time. Even when the cops say so? What about it? Oh, don't drop the thun-thun unless the cops say so, then you listen to the cops. Because if you're going to be a criminal, if you want to be a real criminal, so there's a difference between criminals, convicts, and thugs. If you want to be a real gangster, you know that your limitations. No women, no children, no disabled people. And if you get caught by the cops clean, do your time, do your bid, stop being a bitch. You need more. Thank you. I intend to. Not gonna lie, I've dropped my G3 Glock 26 like 8 times. So here's the thing, man. I've dropped a bunch of my guns. I've dropped 1911s without them having a problem. The internet, this sphere of information and instant information, it makes everything seem way worse than it actually is. Way more relevant than it actually is. Because you'll have 14 different people putting up 14 different types of clickbait fucking $6. Sorry, Dad. Clickbait titles in order to get you to click on a video. And it makes the situation look worse. Because all these unimaginative documentary making YouTube schmucks frickin' don't know how to come up with their own original content, and they make the same damn videos. Anyone ever play with Monstrum Optics? Yep, I have. They're okay. They're cheaper. The audio cutout is the SIG 1911X mapped. Yes, it is map priced. Very expensive. Do you think the MG Browning was ahead of its time? Nope, I really don't think. It was fine for its time period. Do you ever think about touching air rifles or gas guns? No, not really. I don't do anything with long guns, number one, and air guns really don't do anything for me. I've never dropped mine, but I don't handle them with the lubed up hands. Dude, I usually play with myself after I shoot my guns, so the lube goes in the correct order. Striker fire or hammer fired? I think you can tell by my background, Muddy. Mostly hammer fired. If it's a map, makes me appreciate my TRP. Yep. Corn Hub has ran on that formula since the internet started, though. Unfortunately, here in the state of Virginia, unless I use a VPN, I can't watch Corn Hub. Murphy is doing everything he can to try and stop concealed carry by making you carry insurance, but then he is trying to pass a law that doesn't allow insurance companies to write the policy in New Jersey. Well, that sounds just like you're trying to get USCCA, who will drop you when you use your gun in self-defense because you committed a violent act with a firearm. You think Staccato's worth the money? Hell no. Dude, that's an insane price for the SIG 1911X. Yeah. We try to stay off politics here, John. We across the country, so really don't even know who he is. No, that's fine. I know who he's talking about. What's the worst gun you've shot? Pretty much any Glock. No, that's a lie. Chiappa M922. It was a clone of the M9 Beretta series made by, I don't even know who did it, but it was sold under Chiappa's brand. The thing shot like shit. I got 8 rounds out of it, and the trigger bar fell out. That should be criminal. No wonder y'all crime rate went up in the last few years in Virginia. Yeah, we have to shoot something. Most of us would rather a load, I guess. Not that I know that. Lol. Make sure to, dude, don't hide the fact that you watch Korn. What do you think about the silencer co ordeal? Didn't know there was one. Last question. What's your opinion on the 320? It's fine. Just don't buy one. Can you show me one of your Glocks? Can't pick up guns. But you can Google them because they're Glocks, and Glocks are boring-ass shit that all look exactly the same. So just Google Glock. Don't even put a number. Just Google Glock, and they'll all come up at the same time on your Google images, my friend, because they're Glocks. And to quote my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother when she heard about Glock coming to market, who gives a shit? Do you go hunting? I do not. Did it from Virginia? Hey, 757 Virginia Beach. That's a better part of Virginia, dude. I'm all the way up in northern Virginia. I'm like 4 hours away from you. It sucks. Car, CM9 sucks. Agreed. I star in it, much less make it. Oh, would I have seen any of your videos? Are you by any chance sex god, Mr. Man 48, or whatever that was? Leave my beloved Glocks alone. No, they're absolutely fine. You can keep them. As far away from me as possible. I have 4 on the wall, and they make me itch. I also have 6 on my own, and I never shoot them because they're freaking Glocks. What's the next handgun on your to-buy list? Don't really have one. I really want a X5 Classic 226 or a DWX Optics Cut, because I had the original DWX, and now I want the Optics Cut version. Notice the quality drop with light and shadow movement, auto adjust. Yeah, so the auto white balance is going nuts because this is a panel LED light. It's the whole panel, so it's casting a shit ton of light down. And because the hat is throwing a shadow down, it's trying to adjust. Let's get the stream to at least 800 likes. I think we'll get there, no problem. Learned a new term today thanks to the Diddy trial. Freak off. I'm that much stupider now. Thanks, media. Why are you watching the news anyways, Roy? Stop that. Up north for me, you have Busch Gardens up there. No, not where I am in Northern Virginia, dude. I'm closer to D.C., so the only bush we get are whores. Barry area, Butcher, Gerson 23 Match X. Yep, there's one behind me. DWX or Shadow 2? I prefer the 1911 linear trigger, so I'd go with the DWX, but I've had both, and they're about the same to me. How many rounds do you go through in a month? Not as many as you would think because I own a store, so I'm usually here. But now I'm trying to go through probably 2,000 to 3,000 a month. Are you going to do LED strips around the pegboard? I think it will look good. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about getting strip lighting with, little cans that point there, so like direct lighting on there, and then LEDs behind it. Hot take. Springfield Hellcat is bad. Everybody has their opinions. Is the High Point better than the worst gun you've ever shot? Absolutely. Glocks are boring and overpriced, then you go and spend a ton of money to make one feel like a normal gun. Thanks for your videos. I love them. Hey, Kitten Nix, thank you for getting it. Glock is a great way to spend $1,000 building a $400 gun. Yeah, I could care less about what happens to Diddy. I hope he gets diddled. Paul, I agree. I got rid of my Hellcat. Glock, Big Glock L, Skinny Glock, half big, big Glock, other half big. That's every Glock. Yep. Also, there's that one Glock that we don't get here. I'm working in your area, bro. Okay? I heard there's Wolverines in the area, so be careful. Never said anything about Busch Gardens. I used to live right next to it in Tampa. Is the FN American Reflex any good? The guns, they're fine. Their polymers, not so much. How do you feel about Ruger 9mm? Shot my buddies, and I'm not a big fan. Heard they were prone to stovepiping. Ruger 9mm what, brother? How old are you? There's a lot of different models that shoot 9mm from Ruger, my friend. Do you have any AR-15 pistols? Yes, I do. Oh, that would look nice lighting. Yep. Daily Carry 2011 Viper TTI. Damn, nice choice, Outriders. What was my first pistol? My first pistol was actually a Rock Island 1911 22 TCM 9mm combo gun, high capacity, so it was the double stack. Beautiful gun. It's a good question. What was your first pistol? There you go. Yep, Jesus is king. Jesus told his disciple to carry swords. Yeah, but Jesus also believed in Honda because if you read the Bible, the 12 apostles all arrived in an Accord. Ah, yes, the elusive Glock. Yep. Do I have 2011? No, not at all. There's not an STI that literally says 2011 on it on my wall. Is Vector prone to failure to cycle? Depending on the ammo. So Chris Vectors were designed to run NATO spec, so you need to run at least 124 grain. If you run 115 grain, they are more susceptible to jamming. Joe, what prevents you from streaming on your cell phone in landscape orientation? Just asking. The fact that I don't want to do it. If I stream in landscape orientation, it doesn't show up in the shorts in the live feeds. My buddy got a Hellcat and loves it. I just went the other way and love my SIG. Opinions on Walther, PDP Pro SD. Don't really have one. Haven't shot one. The PDP shoots good, but they're just butt ugly, man. 9mm 45. I carry 45, but I also carry 9, and I've carried 380 as well. Hondas are like Glocks, boring but reliable. My first pistol was the Yamaha 1911. Nice. I love the Subaru ads that involve the retrieve a dog family driving. Oh yeah, I've seen those a long time ago. Playing Payday 2 while listening to this right now. Dude, I love Payday 2 because you can play it in VR, but you can play with other people on regular PCs. And I love doing that shit because in VR, I can point wherever the frick I want, right? So I can point here, there. I can put two guns this way. I can go both ways down I can go both. I'm by virtual reality, but I can shoot over ledges. So I love it in VR, but all the people playing in PC just see my character T-posing. It's hilarious. Beware mocking Christianity. Some would argue that gave us many of the amendments, including the second. Yeah, religion has also caused more war, death, and crime in the world than any other singular identifiable factor. So you can defend it all you want, but if you're that hard onto religion and being an enforcer for religion, you probably want to go somewhere else, bud. I believe in a higher power, but I also believe in one with a sense of humor. So if you got to be that strong on it, I would highly recommend you go to another channel, friend. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just letting you know. You're not going to make me stop being me because you don't like it. Those Walter PDPs are coming to California. Yeah, regular payday or chocolate payday? Number 2 payday, though. Chocolate. People like you who are fanatical about your religious belief are the reason we have wars about religion and about who has the best imaginary friend. So I'm going to do you a favor, bud. I'm going to help you go somewhere else, because I'm not going to have an argument with you when you're going to say the same thing over and over. Again, I respect your right to religion. Respect my right to be me. So have a good night, man. Yeah, I missed it, Hunter. Type it again. You can have all the faith you want. Just don't fucking preach to me. You know? If you're part of a church, great, good for you. I hope you enjoy it. I'm getting old. I have ear hair now. But if you go to church, that's fine. Have fun. Do what you got to do. But if you're going to be a Bible thumper and tell me that my views, my beliefs, and my opinions are wrong because you believe in the Bible, that's too far. I 100% support your right to worship whoever you wish. Do not come in here and tell me who I can believe in, talk about, or handle every day. If your God doesn't have a sense of humor and isn't a forgiving person, you're probably worshiping somebody who shouldn't be worshipped. And I don't give a shit. That's the end of my religious. Do I run suppressors? Just the one right now. I need to get a rifle caliber one. I bought a pistol one because the store I worked at, we were testing out suppressor filings. So I got that one just to test it out. And honestly saying, I think God has a sense of humor. Think about the platypus and the giraffe, just saying. Also, free will. Free will was a mind scruck. Finally got the green light so I could pick up the SAR BC6 purchased from PSA from my FFL. Feels good in the hand, but haven't shot it yet. They're good guns, dude. They're good. My feet hurt, but tomorrow's range day. Absolutely. Try to rest up, dude. What are those blue, red, white, red twins? Those are actually 3D printed sign from my friend Drunk Mouse. One is for Wind City Armory, my store. The other is for the Jiminy Show. Is that a filter on your face? Filter fish. Do you think Glock is just the Gucci of the gun world? No, it's not. Glock is the zealot and lemming. If you're a lemming, you worship Glock. If you have no opinions of your own, you worship whatever you're told to worship. Hey, Stone. What state you from? Well, I'm actually from everywhere, but I currently reside in Virginia. Picked up a great time to come in here. Yep, pretty much. What do you think of Glock FRT? I really don't. It's a Glock. Who gives a crap? Wind City Armory's the best. Yep, pretty much. Nothing to complain about. Mouse. Yep, Glock is a Honda of the gun world. No, Glock is unflavored hummus. Hondas, you can at least drive them the way they are. If you want to have fun with the Glock, you have to add stuff to it, like hummus. If you buy unflavored hummus, you can flavor it however you want. You can spend a lot of money and make it different. Same thing with Glock. Glock is the best way to spend $1,000 on a $400 gun. Lemmings are so cute, though. Well said. Thank you for that. People like that are annoying. What, you talking about Bible thumpers, the ones that, you know, and again, Stone knows that I believe in religion, that I believe in a higher power, but I'm just going to say it. If you force your beliefs on somebody else, you're not religious, you're a zealot. What about Springfield Armory? Springfield Armory is fine. I like their TRP, the Guardian, not the Guardian, the Springfield Garrison, the old range officers. I've had them all. I'm in a state of anger because my teammates aren't helping with the drill. Sorry, dude. I'm getting baptized Sunday. I'm excited. Congratulations, brother. I was baptized when I was young. My parents baptized me. Do you think it's just a shiz term? Just prizes are increased more than it should have been. Just prizes are increased more than it should have been. Not sure, dude. 15 rounds of 45 a day over 20 or whatever Glock. Yeah, pretty much 2 mags. I can carry a total of 17 rounds with my single stack 1911. It's fine. Hey, Sancho. He's right on the hummus Glock analogy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be. That's awesome. Where should I buy my gun wall? So I have just plain ass pegboard that a buddy gave me. So go to a freaking Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, and just buy cheap pegboard and paint it. Or you can buy like those holdups and stuff like that. Stone. If somebody wants to make a stupid ass comment, leave it. If they spam it, then get rid of them, kind of a thing. I'm trying to be a little bit more free just to help the algorithm. Just let's be a little bit chill. I'm spot on. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Soul. Hello from Kentucky. Hello, Mr. Newsom. How are you? I only go to the range with it tomorrow. You better. Dry firing my TRP the other night. Noticed a little bit of wobble side to side. So my question is that with the hammer back or with the hammer forward? If it's with the hammer back, that's normal because the hammer keeps some tension on the slide. It also sits in the channel for the firing pin. If it's with the hammer up or down, then you might have a problem. Thank you so much, bro. No problem, Dominic. I got a Kel-Tec P32 for free and found it in my shed, and I got it registered. It's an odd little gun, but I kind of like it. TFB TV likes it. That's for sure. Stay good, sir. Harry, you too, sir. I got you. I'm driving, so I'm not going to be. Okay, got you. Taurus is my go-to EDC. Nothing wrong with that. Ow! It's an angry hornet. I love angry hornets. Stone, be good. I'm demoted, but I'm always watching. You know what? Screw you, because I'm tired of your said highs. This is how I'm punishing you, Cody. I should make you a managing moderator just so you can't even comment. You think they're actually going to take tax stamps away from suppressors? I hope they do because it's literally an accessory. Whether or not they do quickly is interesting, but it won't lead to a full removal of NFA, but it would be a step in the right position, right direction anyways. What you prefer to iron sights? Fiber optic front, blacked out rear. Hey, bro, do you have a Golden Deagle? No, I used to have a chrome one, but I sold it to some fun friends of mine because my other friends would like to shoot my Desert Eagle, and not a one of them ever offered to buy a single round for it. And during COVID, it was like shooting $5 a round. It was like shooting .338 Lapua, and the sons of bitches mag dumped it. Remembered you had some health problems. Are you good? Yeah, so I'm over the last kidney failure, and health is actually pretty solid right now. A lot of stress and pain. The syncope has been a lot better recently because my diet's a lot better. So thank you for asking. It is a lot better. I hope it does. Would be a lot cheaper to get them. Yes. Well, it saves $200, and it would drive down the price because manufacturers wouldn't have to play the stupid games of only selling to certain sellers. It's only with the hammer back. Thank you, buddy. No problem. Yeah, the 50 people saying hi is extremely annoying. It gets there. What's your most powerful gun? Right now, my most powerful gun is probably my Smith & Wesson 460 SVR. It's a 8 3/4 inch revolver. It's based on the same X frame as the 500 Smith & Wesson, but it shoots a lot more rounds. Did you see what I said? No, Hunter. I only saw the second part of what you said. What, in your opinion, is the best copium gun? In what respect are we coping? No, not just in here. Gotcha. You are in my prayers, bro. Thank you. Thank you, Hercules. Hey, Cuffy, what's up? Connor says, cool. You should have a full auto Desert 50. Yeah, that would run out of ammo so damn quick. What do I think of 5.7? I'm a fan of it for like range shooting and plinking. That's the Rock 5.7 from Palmetto State, and I have the T-Sauce 5.7. I just don't really shoot them that much. Do you or have you ever reloaded your ammo? I have personally not. I personally don't like reloading just because I'm afraid I'll get addicted to it, because then you need all the different dies, the sets, everything you need. I don't want to get into that. I don't have enough time in my day to sleep, so I can't get addicted to doing something else. And I know I would. The ones that hit say hi shows their true intelligence. It's all right. Connor says he's subscribing. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that one. I should get into the 3D printing onto a... No, I will never do that because there is not a single 3D printed firearm that I would call reliable or safe, because PLA, PETG, carbon fiber reinforced 3D printing, none of that shiz is strong enough, dude. There's a reason why guns cost so much to develop. Just because you can get a file that gives you the exact dimensions of a Glock doesn't mean what you're printing is going to be safe. I wouldn't trust one at all. I wouldn't even give one to my enemy because I'd hate to hurt them that way. TRP feels better in my hand than my staccato. Understandable. What's your thoughts on the Musoc 1911? They're expensive as shit, and for no reason. I'm currently fighting the urge to get 2 shoulder holsters, one for my 1911, the other for my 92, and carrying both of them taxi driver style. Too bad good holsters are $100 each. Yeah, no kidding, but do it. End up reloading while watching you or something else. See, I wish I could do that, but I don't have the time. No, I have no desire to look up anything. I'm sure you're hitting the said hi button does something for the algorithm. I wouldn't be surprised if it helps. It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. 5.7's good, but expensive range toy, pretty much. I see I've never been a 5.7 fan. I'm 6'4", so I get that. 22 is good, but cheap range toy. Yep, I subbed to you a couple weeks ago after a live and then couldn't find your channel the next live day. Yeah, I'm kind of in the midst of YouTube being dicks because I did a live stream that got adult, what do they call that? Age restricted, and it's caused some shadow banning issues. Most favorite guns are 1911s. I'm thinking about getting a 1911. What's the difference between having a full-length guide rod or a short guide rod? So the short-length guide rods are the GI ones. That's what was originally in 1911. Some people say that you have a higher chance for your spring to bind up. I can tell you that I've had short-length guide rods, and I've shot thousands of rounds and never had one bind up on it. But some people say a full-length guide rod is better. Unless you're a competition shooter shooting 40, 50,000 rounds a year, it's not going to matter. Reloading can definitely be addictive. I have everything to reload every kind of ammo from shotgun shells to 50 cal. Yeah, see, I can't do that. My DMR is a 3-round burst plasma pistol. That works good too. Sounds good, Rayman. Is Gerson already selling the Match X? It shows up on distributor websites and stuff. Technically, it's been around since the end of 24, but they are not building very many of them. How many Berettas do you have now? Currently 2. It can get expensive to get it set up, but we'll save you in the long run. See, I don't, I was thinking like for 38 Super it might be worth it, but again, I don't want to get set up. You wanted moobs, you got moobs. You wore moobs. It's not on us. They were just for laughing. Oh, I'm fine. No, Zaxxon, that's not the one that got age restricted. It was a different live. The moob lives did not get age restricted. You want to get the holster vest from the first Boondock Saints. That would be cool. Small guns suck. I'm taller than you. Well, I used to be 2 feet. Do you own any dogs? No, but I own a Dodge. Sent you an email. All right, give me an hour. I don't care. I'm not signed up to Peacock. Why are you trying to charge my ship? Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I like it. It's a very pretty gun, Mouse. Very, very good. Good job, guys, getting the stream to 100 likes. Keep it up. Yeah, the only handguns I got are Shiny Jennings. I need to upgrade. Do it. Thoughts on SIG P320s in the military? I'm not in the military. I don't have experience with carrying military style, so I don't care. Also, everybody talks about SIG 320s in the military like the handgun is the primary fighting weapon for our troops. It's not. Can you explain why you can shoot a Beretta without a Nielsen booster? Yes, because of the angle and the way that the barrel moves in a Beretta. So a Beretta has a falling block system. So you have your barrel and you have your falling block. When the block drops, the barrel moves back and drops just slightly. When you have a tilting action like a Glock, when you do that, the whole barrel tilts, and when the slide comes back, you can see some Glocks have an extreme angle. You need the Nielsen device because of how those ones operate. So a Beretta being straight back and down is why you don't need a Nielsen device. Which live got age restricted? It was a couple of regular lives. I think somebody was trying to report them, and I have a great idea who it was, and it's bullshit, and luckily it's been handled. You definitely need a store dog. I'm looking. I'm still getting my place finalized. I got to build a wall. China. And then I'll finish it up. Which peg holders do you use for your pistol? Sorry, I'm buying everything right now. So literally, it's on Amazon. So I'm just using these black plastic ones, and these will actually hold up an AR-15. So I bought 200 of them so I can be uniform and put up 100 guns if I want. Best budget 38 Special, M206, Heritage, or Charter Arms. Honestly, the M206. The grip isn't that great, but it's probably the best built out of the 3 of those because it's built in the Philippines, so it's cheaper, but it's better. Do compensator muzzle brakes really make a difference? Absolutely. Go to my channel when you're done watching this and look up the range day with the Gerson 2311, the very first one, and you'll see the difference because I put the regular slide on it as well. Much more muzzle rise without the compensator. What else is like the Beretta? The Walther P38 P1 series, and anything with the fixed barrel. All you need for the Yeet cannon to be complete is the flare launcher. Lols. Yeah, that would be fun. Here's the funny thing, Michael. I can actually attach that under a flare launcher because the secondary optics plate that you can get is actually pick rail, and I have pick rail couplers. Hoping the shadow ban is over now. It might be, it might not be. I'm not sure, but that's why I'm trying to be a little bit chill when it comes to letting people talk. Should you buy an SKS in 2025? If you get it for the right price, absolutely. It comes and goes every couple of months, Mouse. Yep. Is Beretta better than 1911? Hell no. Have you shot an animal with one of your guns? I don't hunt. I'm not opposed to it. I've just never been. I prefer to buy my bacon processed and already in plastic. The Smith & Wesson Bodyguard 38 is a good budget 38. No, there you go. I have a Glock 19 and 26, Kimmer 1911, and a Geisley AR. Suggest my next gun. Shotgun of some sort. If you can afford a Benelli, go for it. If not, like a Beretta 1301, A300, or the Mossberg 930, 940 series is what I would recommend. Connor, I think this channel is a bit mature. Yeah, so Connor, how old are you, Connor? Do you think FRTs have a future? Yes, they won their lawsuit, so they are 100% legal. The problem with FRTs is it's just like anything like Melissa McCarthy, Jack Black, or actors like that. When you eventually get fully saturated by them stupid fucks, sorry, $7, Dad. When you get fully saturated by them idiots, you wind up losing your taste for them. Same thing with FRTs. They're just a waste of ammo. Connor's a kid, just checked. All right, we'll get rid of Connor then. Yeet cannon needs underbarrel flamethrower. Lols. What's the biggest one you have? Like handgun? Probably my XVR, my 460 XVR from Smith & Wesson. Rifle, my Marlin 4570. What's the best gun for a trailer home? Shotgun with birdshot. 20 little piglets running around is quite adorable. No. Did not serve in the military, Digger. Thank you. I appreciate the question. I did not serve in the military. I was not able to. I was training my entire youth. My dad was career military, and I used to like polish his boots, and I liked all the structure in the military. But unfortunately, health issues prevented me from being able to join the military. You think FRTs might be the most copium? Okay. Do I have an MNP 1522? No, I do. I don't know what that is. I don't have an auto. Autos are highly restricted. To me, you are basically in the military. Not really. But I get it. FRT is fun, but uses too much ammo to make it worth the money. Yep. M14 or AR-15? AR-15 personally, but Mini 14s are fun. You don't suggest 500 or 590? So I'm a little bit, excuse me. I'm a little bit weird in that I prefer semi-auto shotguns, but yeah, 590 if you want to pump, absolutely. Or that 870 with the detachable mags. The Zastava M70 is fine. I don't really care about them. Keep an air weight with some plus P somewhere on my person at all times. Oh, I thought you were saying that like you don't know where it is. Well, sometimes it's in a crack, sometimes it's in a boat. You never know. Trying to decide between a good car scan tool or getting a DP12 for my birthday. Dude, let me borrow your scan tool. Apparently, my RAM has a check engine light, and my current reader won't read past the CAN bus. Must be a farmer thing. I guess drop them. Thoughts on the new Mossberg Aftershock Semi? I got to do some research on it. I really don't know much about it. I saw a picture, I think. Get it, dude. You should get it. Any thoughts on the Neil protocol? What's the Neil protocol? What happened to FPS Russia? FPS Russia pleaded guilty to felony possession with intent to distribute while also being threatened with, I think he said, 100 years worth of charges. So he took a felony and lost his gun rights. He now does a podcast called Painkiller Already, PKA, and they broadcast, they replay on YouTube. So yeah, he's not allowed to own firearms. Don't really think you can get a crappy pump shotgun. Sure you can. Get something from frickin' Turkey. What's your opinion on Bull Armory? I like them. Bull Armory makes some decent stuff. Their 1911, their competition guns are really nice. They also manufacture the 1911s for Desert Eagle. You like Arsenal AK better? I really don't like AKs, man. They're fine. AK isn't an AK. I don't shoot an AK enough to really give a crap about the different brands, to be completely honest with you. I've run a Century Arms and enjoyed it. The M70 is a great gun, but keep in mind the furniture on it can only be changed with other Yugo pattern. If you're brave enough, you can make anything fit. Is my Ram's engine still there? What? How's the truck running? Pretty good. How much you trying to spend on scanner, Cody? I run Autels. Send me a free one. Ever go bow hunting? Nope. Haven't shot bows since I was in elementary school. I watch a lot of PKA. Those dudes are pretty funny. Yep, Wings of Redemption actually started on PKA, and then he got kicked out because he's a lying bastard. Just saying hi. Love your channel. Good info on your personality. Jimbo! Thank you. Oh, damn. I thought FPS Russia was put in jail. He served like a month in jail in Georgia. And, yeah, he got out. He has to wait the 10 years, and then he can apply for his rights back. But by then, who cares? T-Sauce for my Musoc build. Go for it, man. T-Sauce stuff runs. I still have to do some quality control testing with the new ones. They are being shipped to me next week. I know I keep saying that, but all the companies are busy, so they keep telling me. But, yeah, my XP Pro and my XF Pro from Fusion are coming next week, supposedly. Thankfully, SIG finally sent out my tester for the 1911, so try to go crazy and signing up at the same time on one that's very capable of doing just about anything I need it to do. I'm going to subscribe to you. Thank you, Trinity. I'm running a Pioneer Arms AK. Haven't blown up in me yet. Yep, pretty much. Tactical 22 LR rifle. Ruger 1020, dude, you can put it in anything. Look, it's in a side folder chassis right now. I use Autel to program car keys, but they did an update. Now I can't do Toyota or Fords. So now I've got to do a different programmer. Also, I need another key made for my RAM. So next time I come down, I'll bring the RAM. Guess what? Check your subscriber board. I don't have a real-time one, so if I log on now, it might jump up, it might not. But thank you for your subscription there, Trinity. I really appreciate it. Do I know of any good AR-10s? If you want 308, get a Ruger SFAR. It's a 7.5-pound AR-15 platform, but AR-15, AR-10 platform. Really good. Autel MX808 does good for a cheapie 350 to 500, but you need auto authority to do newer Dodges. Yeah, so like I hooked up mine and it won't read past the CAN bus, so I got to go over to my buddy's shop and let him use his Autel. The older Remington 870 was an awesome 12-gauge pump. Come on, man, I got an 870 with a detachable box mag, man. Come on, man, come on. It's way better than the Mossberg version too, by the way, because the mag isn't nearly as thick. That's the Samson chassis. Yes, it's the BTM, making fun of the fact that it's for the smaller chassis. The one thing I like is the sound of the FN Think car is that it's got free updates. You don't have to pay for a subscription fee after your 1 or 2 year free subscriptions. 808 does most of what I need it to do, but I have the Maxxis Ultra for the big stuff. So I remember when I started, we had the Solus and the Modus from Snap-on, and they were the greatest things ever, but you had to buy modules. It was a $10,000 scanner, and we had to buy modules for, like, European shit. It was shitty. Remington will never stop building the 870. No, but it's kind of like Marlin during the whole Freedom Group ownership and with Ruger being mixed in. There were a few years where some of the Marlins were pretty crap. Hello, Dom. The launch had my attention because it's capable of doing both motorcycle and cars. Motorcycles require you to look at the check engine light. Don't you just pick them up like an Etch-a-Sketch and shake them and reset them? No, you cannot see a Glock 19. Go to Google. Because I do plan on doing some stuff with my motorcycles at some point. It would become in use, but with the only thing about launch is once 2 years is up, you have to pay from that point forward. Or, if it's cheaper, just buy another launch. 2 3/4 or 3-inch rounds for 12 gauge. Why make both and not just one? Because different guns can handle different pressures. 3 inches is a lot more pressure than a 2 3/4. The modern 870 magazine fed isn't as good as the double stack 590 these days. Yeah, but loading the 590 is a bitch, and this one has a metal mag. Magwell. My heavy duty is lunch, but cheapy is just use it for motorhomes. iPro is the good heavy duty with J-Pro. Why are we talking about cars? You ruined the entire interaction. I got a Maverick over under I want to get rid of. Do it. Hello, below average. How you doing, Mr. Utah Dad? How you doing today? Thoughts on 509 Tactical? I do not recommend any 5 Series from FN, especially if it's an FDE. Apparently, from what I'm understanding and reading, a lot of the FDE guns are having more of the polymer issues than any of the other ones. Some pumps should not be used, excluding Pinot. Toyota is on the left of Dodge. Yep, Dodge leaves Toyota all the time. Toyota is made of crap. So at least Dodge is historically and reliably bad. Toyota just recently in the last couple of years has gone to crap, man. Joe, would you rather have a red lightsaber or a plasma gun? I would rather have a real lightsaber. Because you can and knock plasma back. Guns look fantastic. Thank you, Steve. Pretty good. Lots of shorts today. Was on orders and my channel kind of fell off because I wasn't posting. Trying to post more on schedule now. I hear you, dude. I hear you. And that's a problem I have, too. I have to make videos every day. Like an evidence room pump shotgun. Dude, believe it or not, that Springfield operator, it actually came out of a police evidence room. So I don't talk bad about evidence room guns because most of mine run well. My 32-year-old Land Cruiser has the original cam and manifold bolts. Lol. Yeah, well, my Ram... I have an H&R partner that I hear lots of bad about, but it doesn't do bad. H&Rs are okay. Sub 2000s are honestly great. Caltech hate is forced. Sub 2Ks are good, but they've been outpaced in the market. The Smith & Wesson FPC is by far a much better folding gun. How was your last range day? So I took the Grandmaster and my Gerson when it had the 1 1/4 pound trigger to the range. Both of them had multiple failures. I have it all on film. I'm going to go out this Tuesday with all the same guns to show them working correctly now that I have the right ammo and I fixed the Gerson. And then I'm going to edit those into full-length videos. That's why today's video was actually just an explanation about what happened instead of a full video. They're facts for sure. Yep. Toyotas sure are one of the cars of all times. What's your favorite gun? 1911s, Mr. Gleason. Thank you for asking. Okay, did not know there's an expiration date on evidence. Yep. Whoa, what did... I just literally smacked my computer and it opened up Microsoft 365 Copilot. That's hilarious. Sorry. Don't spam shit. Todd, they're definitely factually real. Yep. Do you think the SIG MCX is a good rifle to hunt squirrels? If you hunt with one and you are able to take squirrels and you can still eat them after you shoot the squirrels with an MCX, then they're obviously good guns. Does SIG have a better trigger for P365? Get any of the X versions or the AXG Legion. They all have flat faces. Mine is 1911 teal. Nice! You have good gun. Yeah. If anybody's under 13, put up your hands. How do you feel about Matt from Damo Ranch retiring? The man did a lot of stuff, and he said it himself. He's kind of run out of ideas, so good for him. Because he's not a gun review channel. He's a gun channel that did fun stuff. I totally understand the fact that he's retiring. Gun channels like mine, my channel where I review guns and I get different guns and I just review them, that kind of thing is what's called evergreen when it comes to content creation because there's always new stuff coming. Demo Ranch, what he started doing with his little experiments and then graduating into big experiments and then graduating into insanity, there's only so far you can go and not get bored with it. So I respect him actually retiring now. I really stopped watching him about 3 years ago when he brought on, Roman Atwood, because it really changed the dynamic of his channel to the point where I didn't like it anyway. I made a comment on a stream a while back about a buddy selling a Mini 14 to you for $350. Ended up giving it to me as a gift earlier this week. The thing shoots like a dream. Awesome, Shobido. Shubidee. Shubidoo. Shubidoo. Awesome, dude. Tyrone, what is up, kid? Do I have a handgun? FN57. No, they're overpriced. I've got a Rock 57. You taking the Alien or P10F or Smith & Wesson? I'm definitely taking the comp now that it's mine. Yeah. He also told me, because I'm ordering an FK Burno for him, the 7.5 FK Burno, he also said I can shoot that. I think he made too much money. Oh, dude, he's a millionaire many times over just from his channels. 05, I've got the FN. It's expensive for no reason. Yep, pretty much. Hey, Hawk, what is up? Hey, if you were the second Hawk, would you be Hawk Tua? My eye isn't working. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take the 2.0. I think you should buy the 2.0, man. It's an all-metal gun. But yes, I will definitely go. It was raining as well, so I didn't take some guns out. Like, I was going to take Stone's Alien to the range, but it was raining and I didn't want to get it messed up. What model is that Beretta? That is a 1992 Beretta Enox Ghost. So it has full stainless hardware. So it's been almost 2 hours. Let's do a walkthrough of the guns. Send me the price of the two. Well, I've been looking at it for a while. I will. It's actually the Performance Center version, so I'll have to look it up and let you know. Just whatever your mom likes to call it. My mama used to call me a good boy. And then she would sell me to drug people. This is going to be a lot of talking, so bear with me, kids. All right. So, let's start at the bottom. Start it from the bottom and with here. This is a Glock 43, not even close, 43X MOS in rose gold, but it's actually punk. Glock 22 in 40 cal, because you have to have one, because some idiot's going to want a 40 cal. Glock 17 in 9mm. Glock 19M, the FBI version. A buddy of mine's coming to buy that probably this weekend, so that's cool. Ruger RXM, which is a Glock, only better. Taurus G3X, that is your 19X with a 26 top. It's just stupid. Ruger SR9C, pretty solid. That is Stone's P10F chambered in 45 ACP. That is what happens if you want a Glock in 45, you get it to CZ. PSA Rock 5.7 chambered in 5.7 by 28. Canik Meta SFT chambered in 9mm. My Taurus G3 Tactical with the Votatu Red Dot chambered in 9mm. Springfield Echelon chambered in 9mm with the Sharps Brothers aluminum chassis and the Canik MO3 optic. Remington 870 with the detachable mags. Pump action, very nice, runs well. Yes, we'll get back to that one. Witness 9mm from Tanfolio. Very nice CZ75 clone. Smith & Wesson Performance Center M&P 2.0 comp with the optics cut. Very nice gun. SIG 229 double action Kellerman 357 SIG. Beretta 92 Enox chambered in 9mm. It's the Ghost because all its controls are stainless. There is no black there. Hey, look, it's the Jiminy Show and the place where you can pick up a lot of these. You should probably Google that. This is my Gerson 2011. You can see that I used enamel paint just to black it out, and it's already coming off. I don't care. This gun shoots amazing now. 2-pound trigger. 2011, and it actually has an STI mag in it because I dropped the checkmate. Gerson Influencer X, custom blued by Taylors and Company, custom assembled by me. Same thing. I had the slides done at the same time. That's why they match. STI Grandmaster 38 Super 2011. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful gun. The Arex Alpha, which is basically a 226 X5. Very nice gun. Double action, single action, hammer fired. It is not loaded, but the hammer is back. And then we have the Yeet cannon with my Osprey 9 suppressor and an Olight on it. It has $1,100 in accessories on a $200 gun. Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0, very good gun for, Bodyguard 2.0, so 380 ACP. Stone's Lago Alien, chambered in 9mm. I have to shoot that. SIG sent me this for a review. It is the 1911 X, chambered in 45 ACP. This is the Taurus PT92 Compact D Cocker model. Springfield Operator in 45 ACP. Yes, we will be doing a direct comparison between those two guns. You can see they're extremely similar. That's the Para Ordnance 1345 with a Punisher comp on it, just because I'm a dork. We have the A-Team style. Hey, look, it's one of my Schloths. A-Team style 1022 with the bull barrel. That's a target receiver in the A-Team chassis. Romanian AK 1970 kit with the donger. Heritage Rough Rider Barkeep 22 with the shorter barrel. Taurus 38 Special does things. Yeah. And a Taylors and Company 1873 replica. Very nice. And, of course, my custom AR. That is a Franklin binary trigger in it, 3-position switch because of the binary. It makes people think it's full auto, has ambidextrous safeties, mag release, all that good stuff. Unique AR upper, you can see it's got the eagle in the front, says Freedom on it, and it has a Burris full field AR-15, 3 to 12 by 42 optic on it. Very nice. But that's a custom AR-15 that costs way more than I would ever pay for it were I building it myself. That being said, I built it myself, but I built it with free parts. Whew. 38 2011 Open. Yeah, so it's 38 Super, and it's an actual STI. Hey, Lady MacGyver, how's it going? How you doing? Did you finish up? What's up, Lady MacGyver? New room. Who dis? So, yeah. Just having some fun. Best collection on YouTube? Nah, not even close, man. It's just a collection of the time. What was that 2011? That's an STI Grandmaster. STI eventually became Staccato because Staccato decided to sell out and make duty guns. That's a real race gun. How much we got to donate to CU 360 No Scope? $1 billion because we can't do shit on live. Elvis is hi. Hello. How much did you sell the 19M for? $650, something like that. For some reason, they're worth a lot of money even without optics cuts. It's the best store on YouTube. Don't put it that way, Stone. Night Stalker 2011 versus Mac 9 DS 2011. I will be comparing them. I have to get my Night Stalker back from Stone. Stone, you should send that to me when I send you your other guns. It's good. Yeah, I finished hours ago. Now I'm couch surfing. Awesome, lady. I'm in a much better space, and if I'd have all the guns behind me if I decide to do one of those crazy streams again. I always thought Double Jeopardy was foolproof. It's not true. Yeah, they can change the charges. Careful talking about prices and selling, bud. No, there are things you can do. If I'm demonstrating a firearm and talking about price, that's one thing. If I'm showing an actual price, that's another thing. When you're talking about prices, there's ways that they give a shit about it, my guy. But we talk about prices every live. What was the use case for the 22 TCM cartridge? It's to get a high velocity round out of like 1911s and stuff. It was created by Arms Corps specifically for their guns, and then it was dumbed down for Glock in the terms of the 22 TCM 9R. But true 22 TCM was designed to come out of a 1911. Does this YouTube channel provide dating advice? Hell no, dude. If you get dating advice from me, you are in trouble because I like using toys. I like the Burris full field, but it does not work with the Butler Creek flip-up covers. Sorry. What was the 2011 on the bottom? That is my Gerson 2311 Match X. Staccato or save my money and get a Prodigy. So Prodigy is a fine place to start, but honestly, you can get like a Mac double stack comp or the Gersons and save even more money and still be happier. I really love the AK with the Eagle, with the Freedom. The Eagle we lost was named Freedom. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that one came from a company out of Idaho. That's crazy. You put 5.56 in a 223 chamber only if you want to damage something eventually. Am I a dad? No, sir. I am not a parent. You mean to me, you kicked me out 2 times. I'm mean too. You kicked you out through 2 times. Well, let's make it an even 3, Javion. Bye! Yeah. DMR get a Nighthawk. Yep. I'm a girl, lol. I used to shoot with my dad. PSA opinion. Don't spam stuff, Lulam. But yeah, PSA needs better quality control. Then they'll be okay. Lady MacGyver says, give him the boot. So that's what I did. Wife, $1,000 can on. Why is there a $1,000 can on that Yeet? It's priceless. Because that's my new shotgun. Can you imagine getting clapped and having to stand before God when you get to heaven? And he asks you how you died, and you have to tell him that a 6'4" Asian dumbass clapped you with a Yeet cannon with a suppressor. Bro couldn't even hear it coming, even though it's a blowback gun. Hello, Mary. What is up? Salute. You're out. All right, below average. Thank you, sir. Hey, now. Be nice. Lols. That's so one for just sub. Thank God I don't have to look up your channel. All those guns, but still looks like a leader. Thank you, sir. I am a leader. Thank you very much, Demetrius. I am a leader. I appreciate you saying I look like a leader. Thank you. Rule 1, always look cool. Rule 2, don't get lost. Rule 3, if lost, look cool. Rule 4, don't go outside. Bodyguard 2.0, best EDC. Debatable, but it's better than the old one. Good night. Good night. Can you show me the play button? No, because it's touching guns, and if I touch the play button while it's in the same vicinity as guns, I'll lose the live stream. Sig Spear or Ruger SFAR? I haven't shot the spear. I have shot an SFAR. I really like the SFAR. How are we doing tonight? Thet, pretty good. Question mark? What about it? Complete questions, please. You do a couch review on the new SIG? Yes. The new SIG, High Point Yeet cannon, the CZ. So I got 4 to film tonight. Do I own a 3D printed gun? MacGyver, I do not. I'm not a big fan of 3D printing. I just don't trust it. PETG, carbon fiber reinforced PETG, or any of that stuff is not strong enough to be a long-term firearm solution. Also, I'm not afraid to do paperwork. Looks like you need to back the camera up to fit the whole wall in. I don't want the whole wall in. I want to keep me somewhat close. Storm's going through Kentucky. Did you have to pay for the play button, or was it free hitting 100K? No, you get it for free when you hit 100K. Oh, that makes it clear, Doc. How many guns do you own? At least 2. I agree. I was just curious what one looked like. So some of them look fine. A channel that I would recommend, lady, if you want to see is Booligan, Booligan Shooting Sports. He 3D prints some amazing stuff, but I don't trust any of it. Is there a couch review on the Grandmaster? Yes, there is. I heard High Point's getting in the AR game. Yes, they are. They're just regular ARs sold by High Point, though, and they're going to be like $500, so you might as well get a Diamondback. Bro, 3D printing 2A has gotten so advanced. It's still using plastic that isn't reinforced with glass fiber strands. I don't trust that shit. Sorry. How are we doing tonight? Pretty good, Patriot. Hey, dude. Hey, Lily. What's up? Booligan Shooting Sports got it. Yep. Like I said, he prints some crazy stuff. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I did not mean to do that crazy. Mr. Rodriguez, what's up? What was my first gun? A Rock Island 1911 chambered in 22 TCM/9mm. Yeah, millimeter. See, I'm down to 1 monitor tonight because I didn't feel like putting the other monitor up because I'm a dumbass. I should have. So, cause we should have done it. Yay. That's like 3D printed bullets and expecting everything to look fine. Yeah, so if the industry has come so far, fine, great. It's not for me. I'm not afraid to do paperwork. And that's the number one reason people 3D print guns. I don't want to do paperwork. I don't want to be on a radar. I don't want to be this. I don't want to be that. Okay. Like they can't track you online when you're downloading the files. Do I have a Glock 45? Nope. Have you shot the HK CC9? Nope. Hold on a second. I'm going to try to lock in the auto white balance, which I should have done like a long ass time ago. Why won't it lock in? No, that's too bright. There we go. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Frickin' ever since Samsung updated their shit. Also, this chair sucks, dude. It's all tilty and shit. Have you shot the HK? No, I haven't. There's no reason to. You got a revolver? Yep. I always thought about apocalyptic scenarios for 3D printing. Paperwork never crossed my mind. Yeah, I guess so. But we live in the United States. You know this being down in Florida, lady. There's lots of guns. So having to resort to 3D printing a gun would only happen if literally every other gun on the planet disappeared. Just a hobby. 3D printing is a bunch of winners. And again, Switch. I'm fine with it. If you want to do it, please do it. You're not gonna sell me on it, so you can do it all you want. I'm not Crowder. I'm not Ben Shapiro. I'm not doing it to have an argument with you. I don't care for it. I don't trust it, and I don't like the quality of any 3D printed gun I've ever put my hands on. You hate the new Samsung update? Ruined your phone? Yep, no kidding. Well, it was an Android update, but yeah. Should have stopped at the last rest area. Now realize should have packed an extra set of Clizzos. Well, stop pooping yourself. How do you choose a firearm for home defense versus concealed carry? Well, you could do a little bit of everything. Now, as much as I Glocks, I will not hesitate to recommend one to somebody that's looking for that exact scenario. I only want one gun. Home defense, EDC, car gun, blah, blah, blah. Get a Glock. Easy to run, easy to maintain, very reliable, boring as shit. Also, shit is said on network TV, Father. Sorry I brought up the 3D top. No, it's actually not you, Lady MacGyver. It was brought up a long time ago during the live stream. You just happen to also be interested in it. And it's cool. Let's go to bed. I want to show you something. Sorry. I'm the jetpack. You don't show me nothing. Suppressed PCC for home defense. Go for it. Home defense 12 gauge. Simple answer. Concealed carry. SIG or Canic. Echelon 4.0. Yep. Am I a seller or a collector? I own a gun store. Did you see the email I sent you? A render for the channel. I did not. Sorry. I'm having internet troubles right now. I'm on Wi-Fi, so please bear with me if I don't look at every email right now, but let me pull it up. Oh, that's cool. That's cool as hell, dude. And the irony of using a Chiappa is not lost on me. Ow, my elbow hurts. Why did 22 run so dirty? Can you run 22 on a 5.56 with? You can't run 22 on a 5.56. Yep, I did check them both. So I looked at the first one that says the new Jiminy Show render. You're going to use rainbow filament. That would be cool. And then your other one says render, and I like them both, dude. I think that's so cool, dude. So I should go ahead and get it. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be awesome, dude. I'd love that. Let me know what you want for them. I'll definitely trip you a few bucks. I'll trip you a few bucks. Also, it looks like somebody was right about putting one gun in the background instead of a lot. Dude, he's using rainbow filament, bro. I have a Kimber 1911. You can send me an email. We don't discuss sales on YouTube, so I'm going to remove your comment. I'm not going to block you or anything. Send me an email at wincityarmory@gmail.com. We don't discuss sales on live streams. What's better, Beretta or PT92? It's the same gun. KK, I'm going to make it for you. Thanks, bro. Knowing hardly anything about guns, what's the point of having a hammer and a slide? My Kimber is like this. Sorry for the dumb question. No, it's absolutely fine. So the operating mechanism is different between a hammer fired and a striker fired. A hammer fired literally has it's a hammer. It goes forward. It hits your firing pin, drives the firing pin into the round, setting it off. And then it has a spring for when it comes back. A striker fired requires something to pull the striker back, release it, and then it uses the spring to shoot forward and hit the cartridge. So a hammer fire literally does what it says. It smacks the back of the firing pin, which drives it into the cartridge. Striker fired means that it's pulling back and releasing it, and it strikes. So that's the only real difference. And typically, hammer fired guns typically are metal framed, and they usually have better triggers because hammer-fired guns can usually be DA, SA, not always, but a lot of times, or SA only. Like a 1911 is single action only, whereas most striker-fired guns tend to be single action only, but they have terrible triggers. You can run 22 with the CMMG conversion, but with the 5.56 can, usually not serviceable, be bad running. Go for it and see what happens. I mean, or get a serviceable 22 can like a switchback. What about Wind Simmery Armory on it? That would be cool too. Switch them up, put them in my background on the couch, dude. They would look cool on the couch. I do like the letters in white. How do you know all of this info? I read everything I can. There's this thing that is called research, and I do a lot of it. RXM, Canic, or CX? CX what? Or CZ? CZ is preferable. Canic. RXM is one model from a brand. So hammer fire guns are better than non-hammer fire guns, pretty much. So what's the purpose of the slide working separate from the hammer? So the slide's purpose is to A, lock up while the gun is firing, and 2, it comes back, your extractor will grab the spent casing and shoot it out. So the hammer versus slide is it's 2 separate parts of the gun. So the slide is on everything. Striker fired, hammer fired, it doesn't matter if it's a semi-auto, it has a slide. Revolvers don't, they just have barrels, stuff like that. But the hammer is also, the slide is where the firing pin comes through. Striker fired, hammer fired, doesn't matter. And it also has what's called the breech block. So that's the area that contains the explosion. It helps keep the round in place while the explosion is happening inside the chamber. So the slide is a very important part of a semi-automatic. I'm selling my Sig Liberty. I bought it for a down payment on a car. Lol, lol, lol. It's my birthday. Nope. Catch you on the next one, bro. Thanks, Hercules. You have a good one, too. Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm used to my S&W 40. Nope, no problem. You ask good questions. You ask them in question form. I'll always answer them. Not a problem, lady. The writing is going to go all the way through the replica, so it'll be backward from the other side. That's cool. Like I said, it'll look really good like on the couch or up on the wall. Yo! Don't start a sentence with yo. You're on the internet. You have to be somewhat literate. Scoot, good day. What's up, dude? Stray Dog, appreciate your answers. No problem. 100 humans versus 1 gorilla. 100 humans will eventually win. I want to be the 100th human, though. I don't want to be the first one. My 2 prized possessions are an 1894 Kentucky firearm 50 cal and my 1956 Savage 20 gauge 22 Magnum over under. Those are nice, built. Thanks, I still haven't fired the Kimber, but soon. Go for it. You'll like it. They shoot well. Dude, you can send me emails. We don't discuss purchasing or anything like that on live streams, bro. So, Braden, just send me an email. I need to know pricing, too. Pricing is very important, so I'm going to remove the comment. I'm not going to ban you or hide you. Just send me an email so it doesn't show up in the... I don't want the transcript to show the comment. That way, if YouTube's algorithm goes through it, they won't screw with us. Oh, she's my boy Jimmy. Bro is no better than yo. You have a good night, buddy. Can't touch guns. Yep. Can you tell us the strangest thing you've experienced with the customer? I had a customer come in insisting that they couldn't fire their Kimber. Sorry, lady, it's not a joke. It's not ripping on you. They had a Kimber Micro 9. They kept putting 40 cal in it. We took it in the back, realized they had 40 caliber in it, and it wouldn't chamber 40 cal, obviously. We give him back the ammo and the gun. He goes out and puts the frickin' 40 cal back in it. How can I show my gun safely on stream without penalty? Like I'm doing, they can be behind you, they can be visible, but you cannot touch them. You cannot manipulate, transport, or demonstrate firearms on a live stream. Hey, Lady Mac. But yeah, if you want them behind you, they have to be like this. They cannot be touched. Would you prefer Wind City Armory? No, either one, dude. No, I kind of want Jiminy Show because the Wind City Armory one works good. You bought separate ammo. Well, if your other one's a 40, you need separate ammo. Oh, Joe. Why YouTube is so weird with its rule. There's a very big reason why, Aguila, and that's because in I have to say this all the time. In 2019, somebody killed themselves on a live stream. Oh, you call her Max? $15 humans versus 2 grizzly. As long as I get to watch, I don't care. I think that would be funny. Like, what are they doing? I was making fun of the guy in the story you just mentioned. Gotcha. Sorry. I didn't get it. I'm sorry. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Yep. YouTube guru equals gun guru. What? I dare you to shoot a Glock. I tell you what, I fail your dare. So you have to go out and become a productive member of society, please. I dare you to Google Glocks being fired. Because once you've seen a Glock fired, you will realize that Glocks are stupid. Zaxxon, I said stop deleting people's comments, bro. I want the interaction. If I want that kind of stuff going, I'll get rid of it. Ruger Mark IV, Tandem Cross or Volquartsen? I kind of like Volquartsen. I haven't messed with Tandem Cross at all. Oh, thank you for doing research. I did not realize that. What is that gun at the top? The one at the very top? Which side? Top is relative, son. What's a good MLS carry? Well, you're buying a Glock if you're buying MLS, so nothing. Bunch of kids in the comments today. This is what normally happens, Braden, but it actually helps with the interaction. So, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. We already answered that question. Apparently, this must be a TikTok question now. What generally do you say is the shooting mechanics of a Glock are bad? They're boring. Their tolerances are crap. They're very loose tolerances. You can literally hold one up and see between the slide and the frame and see clear through it. The only reason they're reliable is because they have terrible tolerances. They're just not quality guns. They're reliable guns. You can have a reliable gun because it's an expensive gun, but it's not a good gun. It's a reliable gun, but not a good one. Have you ever been shot? Not with the real gun. I've been shot with air guns and BB guns. Glocks are like knives. There's no such a variety and one for everyone. No, there isn't. I'm on a PC. I can check photos and translate. All right, I'll trust you then. But do me a favor, if you do remove somebody that just makes one comment, just put down kid or something. That way I know. So gun cleaning wouldn't be allowed on stream? No, because what they're using is artificial intelligence, lady. So if they see anything gun-shaped in your hand, they'll automatically kill it. People have had their lives turned off because they were playing with Nerf guns. Quick question. What are your thoughts on the new Shadow 2 carry? Dimensionally, it's the same as Shadow 2 Compact, but the optics cut does not remove the rear sight and has a decocker. I have a lot of problems with that gun, specifically the fact that it has a drop safety in it. It should not be called the Shadow 2. They should go back to calling it like a PO1 or something. Fundamentally, it is no longer a Shadow 2 the minute you put a firing pin safety in it. And the fact they did that to appease losers who believe every gun that drops goes off makes me hate them even more. Makes me actually not want to buy CZs, kind of. I will never buy a gun from a company that compromises on why they built the gun. It's why I don't buy Staccatos. They're shit guns for the price. They're selling their high-end Staccato XE for $4,400. It's a $2,000 gun. Not saying it's only worth $500. It's a $2,000 gun, but it's a $2,000 gun that they're selling for $4,400. Same problem. What's a good optics cut carry? CZP-10, Canix, 365X macro. Thoughts on never done one. Hopefully that doesn't happen when I'm using a drill. Lol. Yeah, no, it's weird the AI is pretty solid. But yeah, I touched the front end of an AK twice. No, I touched one once and it ended the live stream, and I stood too close to the one up there and it ended. Zastava firearms quality. It's fine. Henry says hi. Hello. What's your favorite gun you've shot? 1911s always. Just in general. Amen. Thank you, sir. Since we're talking about gun mechanics and tolerances, what pistol do you think is your favorite? My buddy has a Nighthawk Customs 1911. Nighthawk Customs is probably one of the best guns on the planet in terms of not pure custom shop guns. 1911s from Nighthawk Customs are literally one man, one gun. So one person assembles, fits, tests, and assembles each gun. CZ Bren 2 or an FN Scar? Bren 2 all day long. Why no gun education in public schools? Because America is full of woke idiots who think that everything being taught to their children is bad and dangerous. So longest barrel pistol you feel comfortable carrying. I've carried a 5.25 inch Canik TP9 SFX. Personally love the CZ Compact. CZ Compact is fine. Yeah, don't point over your head. Yeah, exactly. I have seen non-gun channels get away with far more than Joe can. They got an extra eye on 2A channels. Well, the AI is dedicated to monitoring them. How the hell is that not censorship? That's some grade A bullshit. Because, Henry, when you sign up to, it's not censorship when it's a business. A company can choose what they are willing and not willing to allow on their site. This isn't news. This isn't media. This isn't free speech. This is literally YouTube, which is a for-profit company owned by a for-profit company. You signed an agreement when you created your channel or even your Google account stating that you will adhere to the terms of service. So the very fact that you have a name, a profile pic, and you're typing a word on their platform means you signed their terms of service. You agreed to it when you decided to set up your YouTube profile. So you literally agreed to do this. Gun education should be an extracurricular class. Yeah, that's why they teach it a lot of different places. I'm going to give the PO9 Nocturne to the wife. It feels so small in my hand. I was so excited for it, though. Oh, bro, you should send it back, and I'll take it back, but I don't want the optic. Gun education should be an extra. Yep, Henry, it's their platform. They get to set the rules. My business, I get to set the rules. Yep, pretty much. What got you into this? Genuinely, are you a gun shop owner? Yes, I am a gun shop owner, but I recently opened my gun shop. But back in 2019, actually in 2017 is when I first started shooting. But my buddy told me he was going to open a gun store, so I learned to shoot, got my CCW, did all that stuff. It used to be a lot easier to say why I'm a bad shot is because I was new to it, but that's not the case anymore. I'm also not a bad shot. But yeah, so my buddy, I helped them start their gun store, and I started my own gun store. I have not seen the CZ Bren 2s being abused, but I know they'll take it. LVPO, low power variable optic. Yep, LPVO or red dot and magnifier. Red dot and magnifier is my choice. Let me get a Draco. Well, go get yourself a Draco. Never going to find a Draco in my possession. Dracos are stupid, and nobody should ever own one. Okay, I tweaked it. Going to send you a final render before I print it. All right, dude. Jacob, I am not answering that question if you don't look at the screen before you type. Oh, what the fuck, dude? I'm itchy because my AC isn't on right now. I just have a fan going and I'm getting annoyed. Switches are illegal. Please don't talk about them. That is true. What the frick? What the frick? Hi. All right. What's what the frick, dude? Oh, yeah. Well, that kind of thing needs to go away. AR-10 thoughts, they're fine. No, Dexter's been handled. You can... There. Now you can see it. Sorry, I apologize. I'm not looking at it. See, but then I'm blocking too many guns, so we're going to move it back just a little bit. I get itchy on my tats sometimes, even old ones. Yeah. But mine's on top of my head today. It's all buzzed. Don't read that. It's sent too early. No, it's fine. What do you think of compensators on carry guns? And what? Just do it, man. Compensators help you shoot better. If you practice with a compensated gun, then carry a compensated gun. I don't care. People think it'll blind you. It's not going to blind you any much more than a regular one would. What kind of optics should I put on the AR-10? Not sure, dude. I don't know what you're doing with it. That's a very vague question. Wait a bit. Why no panel on the PC case? Because I think it looks better without it. I have my graphics card vertically mounted and it can choke it for air sometimes. How many guns do you have? No idea. I've never counted. Green dot is better in sunlight. Green dots are fine. You do have to get accustomed to them, though, because your eye doesn't always naturally go to one. Hello, Zane. Email sent. Let me know. Yep. Did you inherit money? How do you have so many? Nope. I own a gun store and I do things over time, my guy. Mouse, that's so cool, dude. I approve 100%, cuz. Said hi. Hey, Faldo Ball boys. Have you ever shot an FNAR? No, I have not. Like the FN15, I have not. Optics are just so personalized. It's kind of hard to tell what optic is better. Yeah, that's true. But also, you don't know. I don't know how far they're shooting, what they're shooting, why they're shooting. AR-10 is chambered in a lot of different rounds, man. Think about Langdon Tactical versus Wilson Combat. They're equal, in my opinion. Wilson Combat builds more guns, like full line guns, than Langdon does, but they're equal. Do I have any FFL? Do I have any automatics since I'm an FFL? No, I am working on getting my Class 3 SOT so that I can sell them, but personally, I don't have any in store. What happened to Sky? Did they go under? No, they still exist. They just don't make good guns. Are there any newer guns that are waterproof rated? Well, I mean, technically, as long as you don't damage the coating on a gun, any gun can go in the water. Some stainless guns are much more water resistant, but I wouldn't call waterproof. Good. Hope it comes out nice. I'll send you to the printer. All right, Drunk. Appreciate that one. Hi, I like you. I'm a new one. All right. Max, yes, but usually police issues. Don't dip your guns in water. Heck with that, dude. Just make sure you clean them off right away. Have you read into reports of elevated blood levels can be not handling bullets simply from the lead-based primers? There's always a possibility of absorbing lead into your system through constant contact with ammunition. That's why there are lead protocols at ranges and stuff now, where the way they capture and retain spent rounds. Yeah, it is possible, but you'd have to do a lot of shooting. It's kind of like when they said yellow number 40 would shrink your testicles. You know how much Mountain Dew and stuff you'd have to drink to shrink your testicles, actually? It's crazy. What's your thoughts on the Second Amendment auditors? I get why they do it, but sometimes I've seen. Well, number one, that's if you're talking about just the auditors that go and mess with cops and stuff, that's not 2A, that's 1A. I don't care for the ones that are aggressive about it. If they go up to a cop and ask them a question and the cop answers the question and they walk away, that's real auditing. Starting a fight with a cop just to be a dick for clicks and views, that's not a way to be an auditor. Imagine if automatics were still legal, you could have a modern mass-produced M3 grease gun for like $500. That would be interesting, but then, that'd be too America. FN ARs are actually based off the Browning bar. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I read your sentence wrong. So when you said FN AR, I thought you meant like an FN 15. I was wondering if it rains when I conceal carry and the gun got wet. Thanks for answering. For the most part, lady, you'll be fine. You just don't want to let the gun sit too long because the things that can get affected the most are the internal springs, the magazine spring, and the ammunition. Ammunition is very sensitive to humidity and or heat. So that's why you'll see rounds corrode even if it's just been in a holster that's been like appendix carried for a while. So you just want to make sure you get the gun dried off quicker. Like if you're caught in the rain, that's not a big deal. Just when you get home, clean it out. I usually keep a gun scrubber available, which is an acetone-based one, but it will take all the water off it. But you can also use rubbing alcohol if you're insane. Yeah, some auditors that like to trigger the cops tick me off. Yeah, there's a line that cross. Yes, we need to make sure that police, law enforcement, etc. know the rules. But when you're purposely trying to start a fight, that's too far. Oh, 2A auditors. So you're talking about guys that are specifically only dealing with gun rights. Okay, got it. But again, no. So the ones that insult them, no, screw that. Going from ocean to land, the gun needs a special type stamp stating it's okay from water to land. Gotcha. You think ammo prices would go down if they made full auto more available? Nope. I think it would probably stay the same, to be honest with you. For example, Stone, Federal had over 1 billion rounds ready to go during COVID. They just didn't have boxes, which is why they refused to send it. They wouldn't put it in bags. It was muzzle loading season, and it was so humid when I went to shoot this doe. All that went off was a primer, and I was pissed. Yep, it's crazy. What are some of the precautions you take to avoid high lead levels? I thought about wearing a respirator when shooting in public indoor ranges since there's a lot of lead in the air. Actually, if you're going to a certified indoor range, the filtration systems they have should be pulling all that out. There should be a good enough filtration system downrange or even in front of the shooting line that it should be taking as much vertically as possible. Again, the number of rounds you'd have to be shooting tens of thousands of rounds a month to really get affected by lead. Your body will filter out a lot of what you absorb. So unless you have like hemochromatosis, which is where your body builds up like iron and lead deposits in your body, it's not as big an issue. Not gonna, because it's not water. It's not like LSD. It's not water or fat soluble. It doesn't just stay in your system. It will eventually leave your system. But if you're worried about it, wear gloves. You take cleaner to the gun range with you. Wash your hands immediately after shooting a gun to get the residue off. Not gonna lie, automatic should be legal. We should make a rule that any rifle designed 50 plus years ago can't be banned in the U.S. They've tried that, and hopefully it'll come to fruition. How old are you, Jacob? I started on printing it upside down, hoping it comes out nice. I hope so too, but even if it comes out funky, that kind of fits the vibe, dude. Hello, NM. I have an AK rifle. When I shoot it, the bullet doesn't come out. No, when I tap it. What? To avoid most lead, don't stand in front of the barrel. Lol. Yeah, pretty much. Make sure to hit the like button, everyone. Let's get the stream to at least 169. Yeah, we only got 20 minutes, though, so always wear a condom. I'm just going to dress up like a bubble boy next time I go to the range. Yeah, but then you're shooting through the barrel. Bro, is all guns fake or real? Bro, is all guns fake or real? Is that a shop car? No, it's a stuffed sloth. My parents, because I used to only have 3 toes, now I don't have any. But when I only had 3 toes, my parents adopted sloths for me in Australia. Grammatical Merrills. It's going to be a rainbow color, blue, red, and yellow. That's going to be cool, dude. I've gone to ranges where my nose is full of carbon soot. Every range is definitely different. So what you could also do is get alcohol wipes, and you can literally go in and wipe out the inside of your nostrils. I used to work with a mechanic, and every day he would literally do that. Just jam an alcohol wipe up his nose and clean it out. But again, you have to fire so many rounds to get really affected that way. It's not like, oh, I fired 50 rounds and now I have lead poisoning. That doesn't happen. I have hemochromatosis and been shooting over 35 years. I was never affected or seeing a change in my levels. So thank you. Exactly, John. Thank you. Are you going to do the SIG 1911 X Couch video tonight? Maybe. I kind of want to sleep, though. I usually film around 2:30 in the morning, so if I'm still up, then yes. Have you taken the girls to the range yet? Would you learn? You would learn what us ladies have to deal with. They get in the way. I'm almost willing to do that just to make a video, but somebody would have to sponsor that video, like Goose. Goose would have to sponsor that video. $500? No. I opened fish for $400. $1,000. I will film a review at the range while wearing the fake boobs and a bikini. Yeah, I know some people get hit with 1 round and die of lead poisoning. Dude, it's even worse if you get hit with 1776 ammo, because that's a compressed core. It doesn't even have lead. That carbon can ignite indoors with poor ventilation. That's why I was saying certified ranges. Yo, boobs. How many guns do you have? No idea. I've never counted them. Dude, my range ventilation is such shite. I had elevated lead and mercury. Jesus. Targets. Yeah, I don't want to ruin them, though. Does your gun shop have an indoor range? Nope. Literally don't have any space for it. And I also live inside the city where I have to have a permit to have a sign on the front of my building. They would never let me have an indoor gun range. Kind of like that. Yeah, I should do that one. So if you wear a bikini in a video, I'll be forced to find... No. I'll be wearing the cat suit with the bikini top like I was in the other video. Oh, get the paper lady targets? Or the female mannequins. You know, when you have female mannequins and you're shooting them. Or, no, I can't do that one. It has much too big a penis. So you haven't been here in a while, Lady MacGyver. Somebody got my address and has sent me multiple sex toys, including a she-male sex toy, a torso, a 22-pound she-male torso, and with a 9-inch member, and an 18-inch double-ended toy. So somebody has my address and has been actively sending me sex toys. It's kind of funny, not gonna lie. Dude, somebody's spending a lot of money because those two alone would cost like $200. We've been trying to figure out who's doing it. I'm literally gonna start an OnlyFans just so I can make videos of the stuff people are sending me. Zaxxon keeps saying it wasn't him. Hopefully they aren't used. No, they were drop shipped from Amazon, fresh in the package. I did open them. They're usually trying to say something to you, man. Yep. If you eat 400 bananas a day, you could reach a lethal potassium level. Also, if you drown. What? Disgusting. And I'm going to need your address again once I make more stuff for you. You're saying that like you didn't actually send me something, so. Perfect for target practice. I don't want to shoot them, though. It's too nice. What if I find somebody that's willing to play? See, this is why my shit gets adult restricted. They were new when he got them. I'm just saying, one of the boxes got stains on it. Ballistic Dummy Labs has a female bust torso. Oh, mine is way better. It has its own kickstand. Shout out to somebody. Ew! I like my girls kinky, but not that kinky. Dude, there's some crazy-ass videos on the internet, not gonna lie. Do you have Glocks? No, I've never heard of a Glock, Jacob. What's a Glock? I keep telling you, bring the gummy worm to my stepmom. Dude, I'm keeping that, dude. I know somebody that would... anyway. Am I married? No. No. I have lots of guns, multiple TVs, 2 SUVs, and a computer. No. It has its own kickstand. Dude, it's like 9 inches, swear to God. If I send you sour candy, would you eat it? Yes, I would eat sour candy. I like sour candy. Just nothing that's surstrumming candy. The prenup? Nah. Dude, I'll just send you a video of me smacking it off stuff, alright, Mouse? Like I'll bounce it off a counter. Prenup, prenup, everybody everywhere. Prenup, prenup, keep it in your underwear. I am not married to the grind. Trust me, dude. If I could, I would just... No, I do the grind because I like it. This is not an industry, especially doing gun stuff, is not an industry where I'm going to make a lot of money doing it unless I was Demo Ranch kind of a guy. I don't have 1 million+ subscribers. I don't have sponsors in every video, so no. But if I had that kind of money, yeah. Never had chocolate covered crickets. I've never lived in Australia. I said my parents, I sponsor a couple of sloths in Australia. No, I don't hunt. I wanted to get married. I waited to get married, thank God. Nah. I've decided, instead of getting married and having to live with somebody and realize that I hate their guts, I'm just going to find a girl I don't like and give her half my shit. I choose poorly. Prenuptial agreements can be a good safeguard, too. Yeah. Don't screw anybody else but me, lady, and I won't screw you back. Not you, lady. You know what I mean. Lady, like wife. Hey, at least you're not allergic to chocolate. No, I'm not allergic to chocolate, but I'm diabetic, so I can't eat too much. Yep, just find a chick you don't like and give her half your shit and just move on with your life. Do I have any urge to hunt? No, not really. I'll go if somebody wants me to. I'm not opposed to hunting. Hunting for the sake of eating or providing or doing something like that or culling an aggressive and invasive species, I'm fine with that. But just hunting for sport, it just does nothing for me. Not you, lady. Hey, you know what I meant, lady. Lady. Oh, yeah, the Match X isn't going anywhere. So So far, McManus is the winner of the willing to do whatever I ask in order to get the match X from me. So if I die, McManus gets my match X, but I have to be taxidermied with a fully erect woohoo sitting in his living room. Thoughts on 10 millimeter rounds as everyday carry? Go for it. 10 millimeter rounds are perfectly fine as carry. Just make sure you're carrying good hollow points because you want something that expands quickly. If you're running Full Metal Jacket 10 mil, you have a big chance of overpenetrating, and not in a good way. Let me know if you need another Wind City sign. Yeah, this one's fine for now, but if you happen to be printing an extra one, I'm buying the Match X when he's tired of it in 6 months. Nobody's getting my gosh dang Match X, dude. You've got too many of my good guns. When you agree to sell me back my TSO, I will consider selling you something of mine that I really want you to have. 100% taxidermy. Lol, I call second dibs if he doesn't pull through. Dude, that's pretty creepy. Dude, that's the rules. You have a display window, you could dress up the new toys and cool gear. That would be hilarious, but no. Like putting an armor plate over like the torso dummy with the big sticking up through the armor plate carrier. Is that what you're saying? Hollow point bullet in a deagle. That would actually work. Show the stickers. I don't have them right here, and I don't know where they are right now. Sorry, Stone. I'm not getting up. Tactically armed diddle. Diddly, diddly, diddly. Hidely ho, neighbor, you're about to have a worn hole. I don't even know who I was trying to... What's the best gun you have? That is a very subjective thing. My Winchester 1894 is probably like the best because it's a cool-ass 1894 pre-World War II. Or World War II, actually, excuse me, 1939. Pre-World War II. Sorry, 41 to 45. I almost forgot American history. Jesus Christ, I need to go back to Korea. In terms of like modern day guns, my AR-15 is probably the best, most expensive gun up there, next to the STI Grandmaster. I would have so much fun with the display window for a gun. I don't want to encourage people to break in either. Favorite guns are 1911s, Jacob. Today was a good day until I remember that M14 exists. But we have 1022 M14 at home. Sounds like Flanders from the city. Yeah, that's where I started, but it went somewhere. Do I hunt? Nope. What's your store's name? I want to check it out. Sorry, I'm new here. Wind City Armory. Fun fact, I made displays for a large clothing company in Florida. I was a visual merchandise manager. Nice! I would always, like, if I was going to mess with somebody, I would always put the arms on backwards. You still have your non-firing Winchester replica. Yeah, you know, now that you mention it, I do. It's going to go up over one of these windows, I think. FRT's been getting a lot of popularities. Do you think the ATF will come for them someday? They tried to come for them once already, dude. They won their lawsuit. They're 100% legal again. You're like 5 years behind, brother. How many guns do you have? No idea, admin. Maybe you can use 3D cutout of the guns you have as display. No, I don't want to do that either. I don't want guns on display. I don't want people to be tempted to break into our place. You actually typed out said hi. The 18-10-22 needs the integrally suppressed barrel. That would be badass. So I at least went and put a bull barrel on it so you can suppress it. I wanted to, but I probably would have been demoted. I also would have put dude heads on the female torsos just for shibs and giggles. What do you think's better, Luger or Walther? Walther what? Luger what? No, it still gives me the option because I'm just a basic mod. Shiz. What about you Army soldiers fighting each other? Who, us? I'm not in the Army. I'm Joe. How are you? I also noticed that I've been off screen for like most of this. Holy shit. So when I turned the screen, I threw myself off screen. Walter versus Luger. Oh, Toy Night, you gotcha. Joe Mama, hello Mama, my head is itchy Mama. So, anyways, you guys, thank you guys so much. We picked up subscribers and viewers, which is something that we've been lacking for a while. So, thank you guys. Thank you for the stream and telling the story on how being gay and having guns helped you. Oh, dude, it's so awesome because when some other dude comes up to me and he's a fucking homophobe like you, then I have my guns. My ex won't return my guns to me. I'm Oklahoma. How can I get back the ones that are registered to me? If they're registered to you, go to the police. You can file a claim. Holding on to something that's registered, if you have a state registry for your firearms, that it's illegal for somebody to hold on to them without a bill of sale of some sort. You're welcome. Hey, Scoot. Thank you, dude. You're awesome, dude. You're welcome. Any chance I get to, tell my buddies about you and tell them some tune in I do. Lols. Good stream tonight, Joe. I think you're out of shadow ban. I hope so. My subscriber count on my regular videos has gone up too. Great channel. I laugh so much my cheek hurts. Thank you, lady. And I do check in on yours as well. It just when I'm at work, I try to check in. So, P10C Barrios. Homophobia is so stupid as a Christian. Hate has no place in any heart. Dude, also, who cares? Are you mad because a gay person isn't hitting on you? Or are you mad because a gay person can have so much stuff that you secretly want? I don't care. If you like men, women, I'm going to leave it at that because, or non-binary people, who cares? Have fun. Don't hurt anybody's feelings. If you approach somebody and they tell you to fuck off, go away. That's all that matters. Scoot, $5. Thank you. You're such a good boy. I didn't mean to call you a boy. So, like I said, dude, just who cares? I don't care. If you like who you like Dave Chappelle says, everybody screws funny. All right, subscriber, you have yourself a good one, okay? It's okay, mate. You're all good. Thank you, brother. And everybody likes your dono, too. Thank you guys for liking the dono. Be nice to everyone who cares how the other live. Yeah, who cares? If you like to be a bing-bong knocker, go for it. I don't care. Doesn't matter what my sexuality is. It doesn't matter what your sexuality is. Are you a jerk? Good. You answered no in that scenario. What type of zombies? I want the slow zombies. I hate fast zombies. That sucks. Everybody screws funny. Yep. Are you an FFL? How did you type an entire sentence without spell? Anyways, yes, I am. Hello, Callie. Hit the like button, everybody. Ring, bong, bing, bong, knocker. If you like to wear big fake tatas and live stream in a cat suit, nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. Although I did find that I don't have to wear the cat suit if I wear an Under Armour shirt that I cut so that you see a lot of cleavage. It's really convenient. DB comes in at the last friggin' second. What's up, DB? I don't care how they live, but the odds of me being nice to everyone is slim at best. Honestly, if you are gender fluid, queer, bi, tri, she-male, he-male, the-male, me-male, D-male, I don't care. Just don't be an a-hole. You just woke up? Nice. Yeah, isn't it funny? I have to figure out how to wear tatas. DB and Goose needs to know that for the right amount of money, I will film a range video in the tatas. My wife got jealous of the big tatas. Yep, do what you want, just don't be an ass. Yep, pretty much. Just saw a book called This Bitch Got Roaches in Her Crib. Lol. Gonna get mad at COD. We'll tune in next stream. Also, I'm leaving in 2 minutes anyways. I hate my BMW drivers way more than gays. Lol. Keep meaning to ask, what does DB stand for? Double barrel. Hello, you wear them well. Thank you. Thank you. You like my big take fitties. Never trust a man who has no enemies. How many tats do you have? I'm working on full sleeves, but in terms of individual tattoos, it's probably like 20, 15, something like that. They're on both arms. It's just this arm needs a lot more work because I'm poor. But yeah, this arm is way more tatted up. Yay! Yay! Took stay strapped to serious. Yep. Dude, if you're pegging or begging, whatever. Wait, Tata suit? Yeah, I wore fake boobs on 2 live streams. It was very profitable. Just don't tattoo the fake tatas. No. That's the only weird thing too. Luckily, I don't have like shoulder tats. Like this is as high as they go, and the other thing doesn't cover them up all the way. So technically, I could go sleeveless. Make sure to hit the like button. Yep, do you have the AK-47? Nope, no AK-47s here. I miss DB's boobs. Thank you. Is it bad to say I prefer Miss DB's boobs over your boobs? About 25K on the wall today. Oh shit, way more than that. So my AR is 4K, the STI is 4K, your Alien's 5K, that Beretta's 1200, that Gerson is 1700, that Arex is 1200, that Yeet cannon because of the suppressor's 1200. That Smith & Wesson, because it's an M&P Performance Center metal, is $1,000. That's a $1,500 1911. That's a $1,300 1911. That's a $1,000 1911. That's a $1,500 fucking AK. So yeah, there's more than 25K up there easily. Hey Van, well we're about to end, so who's copying the things I'm putting? I don't know. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you. This is my new one. This is Diamond. I'm Diamond tight. Or am I? McManus says he's been busy with work. Yeah, McManus is just being a pissy little bitch because I yelled at him. Have a good night. Great guns, bro. Thank you. I've been working on them. I eat bacon. All right, guys. I'm going to stand up, show you the wall while we peace out. I'm going to show you the Yeet cannon. That's going to be the one we fade out on. Yeet cannon. Yeet cannon. It's a cannon. Yeety, yeety, yeety. It's like a Wheaties, but it's a Yeety. Yeety, yeety, yeet, 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 yeet. See ya. Hitting the X. Hitting the OK. Bye, 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 bye.